Everyone, welcome to the live. It's me and Bilal tonight, as per normal.
Usual. Yep.
Yeah.
Hello?
And thank you, David. Thank you so much. I like the intro too. I really do. But yeah, tonight's show we're going to be talking about Andrew Tate. This is going to be an interesting subject. But real quick too, if our stream does cut out, I am experiencing a tropical here in Boston. So if we just like disappear, then you know why. Power got cut off.
That or Andrew Tate ordered the killing of Zero Tematic, and I'm going to have to be on the run. You'll get the joke when we go through a couple of clips later on. So,
and we do have to remind people real quick, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are our opinions. Please understand what is being said sarcastically, what is joking, and if you are confused on what we're joking about and not joking about, please ask before assuming.
Yeah. Hi in the bushes, and hello,
hey.
David.
Hey, in the bushes.
Yeah, and also one more thing, please don't send death threats to Andrew Tate. The guy is apparently receiving like 5,000 death threats a day. I don't know if that's true, but please do not send death threats to Andrew Tate. I think that's a terrible thing to do, but
No, it is. The people that we talk about on the show, we do not want harassing, bullying, stalking, or anything of that nature. You're free to have an opinion, but let it be, constructive opinion. Don't be hateful. Don't go after the people that we talk about. We're not about that. We're not about harming people, and we do not wish harm on any of the subjects that we talk about.
I was going to say but I'm not sure if he's actually receiving it. It could be just bullshit.
He could be exaggerating. It's probably like 2. And he was just like, there's a million people.
So let me give an introduction to people with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is an individual that has basically been all over social media. He's going on the manosphere, and if you don't know what the manosphere is, basically it's like something like Fresh and Fit, where like a bunch of guys sit with a bunch of women and talk about how they love traditionalism, and they want the women back in the kitchen, but they also don't want to actually, they want to sleep with a bunch of women, and they think the whole fault of the reason why they don't have any relationships with women is because women are somehow whores today, in their words, not mine, and that the good men, they're just leaving the good men behind. And basically the audience usually of a manosphere is usually a lot of incels or a lot of people who might have been divorced and have a particular dislike. I mostly think it's probably mostly incels. And if you know what incels are, it's incelibate. Basically, they are individuals that want to have sex with people, but they basically can't because they lack the social skills or they're not good looking enough in their own minds. And they basically make up all these excuses of not approaching women, and they blame women for not just falling all over them and just sleeping with them. And most of the times they watch these Fresh and Fit guys. So basically Andrew Tate goes on these shows. He says things like, well, if a man sleeps with 200 women, it's not the same as a woman sleeps with 200 women. Basically saying that a man can sleep with as many women as he wants, but a woman can't. Talks about the only thing a woman should do is bear kids. They should just stay at home and cook and stuff like that, and things of that nature. He also has the perplexity. He also likes, focusing on sleeping with 20-year-olds and 18-year-olds. and and he's about a 35-year-old man. So that's a little weird. But yeah, so basically we're going to go through the documentary a little bit about him. We're going to go through the Hustle University, which is where he's making a lot of money from. We're going to go through his early life, kind of laugh at his early life because it's pretty fucking cringy. Pretty much just give you a full background of Andrew Tate. So we're going to see if Andrew Tate is this savior of the Western civilization of men and men's health, and he's just like this great guy, or is he just like a scummy guy that does anything for money and is lying to everyone to make money, or is it just in the middle? So we're going to go through that, and that's basically the situation. If anyone has questions. Hi, Grandma Sherry. Hi, Comrade. So let's begin with this documentary.
Real quick, over on the Facebook side. Hey, Jenny, and thank you for sharing. Hey, Grandma Sherry. Hey, Bush. Hey, Karmic. And again, thank you, Jenny. And hi, David. I think I already said hi to David, but hi, David.
We said hi to David 4 times. Now you're going to have to say hi to everyone on the YouTube 4 times.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, this guy is one of those typical guys that women should stay in the kitchen. He has a God complex. He really does. He really thinks that he is a god.
Oh yeah, he actually does think he is a god. I read his short novel that he believes his last reincarnation. He was on Wushu Mountain, and he lived for 5,000 years on Wushu Mountain.
It's really cringy.
It's a cartoon. We'll look through the cartoon. That'd be a little bit later. But yeah, he's a character, all right. I have to say he's a character. So let's go. We're gonna start with the little documentary. It's that the dark reality of Andrew Tate, rise to fame. Here's the link in the chat. You can put the link in the Facebook chat, Tony. And we're going to start at 3 minutes and 25 seconds. We're going to go through it. We're going to stop it. Fair use. All credit goes to Patrick CC, who made this great little documentary. I don't know why it only has 500,000 views. This thing should have like 1 million, to be honest with you, because it's like the best documentary on Andrew Tate I've seen on YouTube, and I've watched like 5 or 6 of them. So I picked this one out because I liked it the best, and it really is to the point.
I think this is the one I saw too.
Yeah, I skipped the first 3 minutes and 25 seconds to save you some time, because it basically talks about him. Basically, he's a kid, smart, plays chess. Dad is like into chess competitions. Dad leaves home just to pursue his career in chess competitions. We just want to jump to when he's adult, when he's just basically in martial arts tournaments at that point. So let's start with the video, shall we?
And reality TV. Yes, we're at 3 minutes and 25 seconds, and we're pressing play now.
Sport is a one-on-one battle between 2 people. There's basically no luck involved. Every move, movement, punch, and piece move needs to be calculated. Your opponent must react based on your choice. The biggest difference is that fighting is obviously physically demanding and mentally challenging, whereas chess is only mental. Because of his chess background, he was already mentally ready. As he grew tall and strong, he obeyed his trainer and worked to become a 6'4", 200-pound kickboxing mixed martial artist. In the early 2000s, he fought in an MMA league and a kickboxing league. He had a 3-2 amateur record in the MMA Ultimate Warrior Challenge in the UK. In his pro MMA debut, he knocked out Shane Kavanaugh. However, he stuck to kickboxing since he made more money from it. In his International Sport Kickboxing Association career, he lost his first 2 fights, then went on a 4 consecutive win streak before getting a title shot against Paul Randall in 2009. He won the Cruiserweight Championship in this bout, then he defeated Daniel Hughes for the IKF Cruiserweight title. But before social media dominated our world, someone like Andrew had to resort to more classic media like radio and TV to get his name out there and promote fights. Around 2009, he explored the world of reality TV. The Ultimate Traveler was the first show Andrew appeared on. The concept was 6 amateur backpackers competing for $12,000 by trying to navigate Indonesian challenges with no knowledge of the country. On this show, it was clear Andrew was the same guy.
Oh, it's skinnier back then.
A millionaire.
Me and her have completely opposite trade-offs, and she wants the executive class and a nice hotel,
no
etc.
muscle.
And she expects me to front that with my travel of the week money, but I'm not going to.
Chloe's really broke and she keeps dropping hints, but it doesn't matter how many hints she drops. I'm not going to spend money unless I want to.
His brother Tristan, who had a very similar life path, was on Shipwrecked, an island survival reality show.
Have you ever seen Shipwrecked?
Go-tos in Europe
No, but I
reality
think
TV
it's like
for
Survivor
producers that
Island.
needed tenacious and cocky young men. He got a shot at the ISKA World Light Heavyweight title on a 3-day notice against Frenchman Jean Benoit. He lost. However, his team submitted a video of the fight and demanded a rematch, in which he was granted, and won the second time by knockout in the 8th round, making him world champion for the very first time.
This is Andrew Tate. I am the ISKA Kickboxing World Champion, the ISKA World's most amazing
And he's
person.
never
Funny,
lost that
tall,
edge.
muscly.
By the time he was 27,
Yeah, I mean, he
had
lost his
multiple world
hair.
titles.
Well,
and
I mean,
successfully
like,
defended
hey,
them.
Christopher,
He had a number of different fights
he
in different
lost,
leagues all around the world, such as Infusion Live, IKF, and ISKA.
He lost what?
This
No, sorry, he did. That's where I think
is a
this
world
is when
title,
his
and this
ego
means
started to
that
grow.
I am the best
Even
kickboxer
more. Like,
in the world.
he used to be
Now,
humble.
Because I'm so cool,
Believe it or not.
I actually have 2 world titles at 2 different weights. So while you're best in the world at nothing, you're not even the best in your town at anything, I'm the best in the world twice.
Andrew knew he was
That's
losing the
shitty.
love for
Don't be a
fighting,
shitty
but he was
person.
clearly worried that his life would spiral out of control if he didn't have enough money to keep him from being bored.
If I had enough money to constantly entertain myself, unless I'm a billionaire, I need something that keeps me focused and keeps me occupied in life.
It was time to
A
build
book.
his empire. In 2015, he quit fighting to solely focus on making money. He sat
this
down
is
with his
crazy
brother
part.
Tristan and said, "How can we get rich?" They spent countless hours on YouTube, researching the Federal Reserve, banking institutions, inflation, investing, and how money works. One day while scrolling through the
highly
internet,
doubt
he saw an
that.
ad, "Talk to Live Girls Now," which brought him to a live stream where you can communicate with a real woman. He immediately realized the opportunity of creating a webcam business because he conveniently had 6 girlfriends in different countries. Evidently,
wow.
being
Six?
a
I thought it
world-class
was
athlete
5.
gets women very interested in you, even if you aren't rich. He told them all to fly to London because he had a business proposal. When they got there, they all looked at each other shocked.
Hey,
2 of them
Eliz.
felt betrayed and left. 4 of them heard his
Hey,
business
Des.
plan, and only 2 of them stayed. So it was just the Tate brothers and their 2 girls.
Stop for a moment.
The girls would
Yep,
do their thing on
pressing
camp.
pause now. Hey, Eliz, I don't know if y'all heard me. And hey, Des, welcome.
So he basically had 6 girlfriends
Aye.
and tried to get them to join a business
Mhm.
where they can just talk to horny men online, and basically 2 just stayed. So he became a pimp.
Yeah, which I never really got the whole cam girl thing. Like, you know, women, go for it, do your thing. It's your body, your choice. I don't, you know, whatever. But whatever happened to looking at porn for free, like on Pornhub or something? I don't want to talk to a girl.
It's about really like a lot of these older men or a lot of these men live on the fantasy of like a relationship being
yeah.
built. So a lot of times I read an article where Andrew Tate basically, and the article actually got, let me see if I can actually find it, because a lot of things have been deleted since he's been banned from,
Yeah, he's been banned on everything. YouTube,
yeah,
Instagram, and there was another site, even RuPaul's Drag Race. He was like doing a show somewhere on their platform, not on RuPaul itself, but they're like, he's removed. I shared you the screenshot of it, and I was just like, wow, Andrew Tate's pissing off everybody, even the drag queens, and it's because he's egotistical. But yeah, I didn't understand. I mean, I'm at that age right now that if I wanted to watch porn and get off, I don't want to talk to anybody. Please don't talk to me.
It's felt like what he used to do was, and this is, I'm probably jumping a bit,
Yeah.
but he used to scam older men and used to make these women kind of say like, oh, I'm in an abusive relationship, I need money, and if they wanted to see them, be like, they would push up the price of like what the plane ticket, and they would just milk these men for everything and just lie to them. Basically, it wasn't about the sex, it was more about building a fake relationship with these multiple men using these women
Yeah.
to kind of scam them out of money. Because at one point, you know, in his highs of the whole business, he was making $600,000 a month.
My God.
So that's how much money he was making. Like, I think in the beginning they're going to say like it's not that much as that, but eventually he started making a lot of money. So I mean, but it gets kind of funnier a little bit, and we'll stop it again just so we can laugh a little bit why I think this is funny. But let's play it. Continue.
You want to continue playing? Okay, we're at 7 minutes and 18 seconds, and we're pressing play now.
Camera, chat with the men. They had a keyboard that was unplugged, but Andrew would sit behind the computer off camera and talk to the men in the live chat, pretending to be the girls, and they would do things or say things in exchange for money. He said he was generating around $3,000 per day.
Okay, stop.
And
it.
once the girls aren't
Stop it.
Okay, now I understand what you were saying earlier before we went live, because I was thinking, oh my God. So basically he was, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna, I think I can say this because I am this, but dude, that's gay.
Yeah,
And I
know
don't mean it as like an insult. I mean it like, dude, that's gay. Like
No,
that's you're a little gay.
Imagine this. This guy is informing all these men to be like, yo, you gotta be masculine. Now you get the whole joke with like the meat crayon joke there.
Which we're gonna watch that video, by the way, y'all.
So he basically unhooked their keyboard, and he would spend 12 hours a day doing sexual things with men or talking to men for 12 hours a day while these women stood there in front of a camera. And he's like, yeah, I got this big own, guys. I'm making all this money. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I'd rather work at McDonald's. If I had the choice between talking to men online, show me your feet pics, and like doing some sort of sexual role play with like 50-year-old men while I'm in my 20s, that's some crazy shit.
Yeah, Eliz, that's what I'm thinking too. Like, he probably has an aura of really bad cologne. And you in Karmic, laugh out loud, you can say it if you're gay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mean it as in the put down way. I mean it as in the maybe you're struggling with your sexuality, and that's okay. Because what grown man, like I'm pansexual, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. I can be attracted to guys, I can be attracted to girls. But Belial, you as a straight male, okay? Could you imagine yourself, even if you were getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars, could you pretend to be a female and do sexual acts, and that would be just okay?
No.
I mean, I would think it'd be hard, right?
I wouldn't care if I was making $600,000 a month. I would not do it. I would rather work at McDonald's. I'd rather collect bottles from the street. Yeah. Because that's like kind of being a prostitute, but worse.
Yeah, I mean, you know, do your thing. I don't mind I don't like the whole entire. I will say this: the whole entire concept of what he's doing, like this company he made, I'm okay with. What I'm not okay. Wait. What I'm not okay with is you unhooking. Well, when I say you, I mean Andrew. When Andrew's unhooking the keyboard and sexting and being romantically in the man's fantasy, that's making me go, you know, that's hypocritical of what you actually do now, because you were kind of being gay, dude.
Wait, he also likes to smoke a lot of cigars. He always has a large cigar in his mouth in every interview, and likes hanging out with men in a man's club, and basically thinks women can't do anything right. And also
does he actually smoke the cigar? Does he inhale it?
he has a cigar in his mouth, every single thing, except for, even this one. I think he has a cigar in this interview.
Does he inhale it? Because you're not supposed to inhale cigars. That's not how you smoke a cigar.
Know, but he always has a cigar, so he has a huge oral fixation. He always has a large cigar in his mouth, and he's been talking to men, you know, sexing men at night. You know, it's kind of connecting.
Mind y'all, I'm not saying he is gay, and I'm not even saying that's a problem. Y'all fucking know me. Hello. But I can sit back and be like, dude, you know, you clearly are struggling with your sexuality. And usually it's that thing in the community as well. The person that protested the most is usually, you know, gay but afraid to come out type deal. Like I know it's cliche, but we kind of have like a little gaydar. And we're like, something's wrong. I mean, if you're sexting people...
Well, let's continue the video.
Is it going to get worse?
Oh, I mean, we got the Romanian mafia. We got sex trafficking.
Right, possibly. Karmic. Right, Karmic knows what I'm talking about on the nose.
Yeah.
Okay. Pressing play now.
They could do it themselves. Then I thought, I don't know, I need some more chicks.
In order to grow his business efficiently, he needed to hire women who would offer themselves for his service, but not have the ambition or expertise to build a website, run ads to get traffic, then converse with men online, maintain their finances, pay for the internet, and all the overhead that goes along with running an online business.
A cam girl is much more a therapist than she is a porn star. Like, she can make so much money from showing her whatever, but she makes the big money from making these guys like her, being funny, banter.
Basically, he was building what exists on Twitch today in the
let
hot
the
tub
girls
section.
do it,
At
not
his peak,
you.
he had 75 women working for him at 4 different locations. However, this was a huge mistake.
Real quick. Making a pause. But what's the difference between the girls actually typing it and him? Why does he have to type it?
Because he knows what to say to the, like, because the women, like...
He can't train the women.
Wait, you gotta let me finish the sentence. The reason why he basically took it off is because they didn't know how to approach the older men, because they would say, "Oh, what are you into?" What they would ask these women, and they would be like, "Yeah, I'm into younger men, fit, with money." And a lot of these guys are not young, and a lot of these guys don't have a ton of money. So he had to unhook it and teach them and do it himself to teach them to play onto the fantasy that they were, something that they could get. These men, men could get these women, these fancy, like these hot women, and like lead them along. That was the whole concept of that.
Yeah. Hey, Sleuth Mom. No, I get that, but usually when you have a company like that, they kind of just put you in there and they train you for this, and then you do it on your own. Kind of like if you worked at McDonald's, when you go in, you're not going to know how to put a fucking Whopper. Oh, no, that's Burger King. You're not going to know how to put a Big Mac together or how to make the chicken nuggets. They train you for that. I would think that would have been more lucrative, and also left off, how many men was he fucking talking to? Like, oh my God.
A lot. Like, probably hundreds.
How do you have the time for that? I barely have time to talk to you. Like, you do get what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's just weird, because that's what you do when you own a company.
If you're making $600,000 a month, I mean, you make the time, I guess.
But that's the thing. If you're going to be a business owner and you're getting there, you usually want to be a business owner so other people can run the business for you and you can chill.
I'm sure he eventually got other men to type on the keyboards instead. Maybe that's the message of today's stream for men that might be watching this. Please don't go to chatbot women, because you're probably talking to a dude.
Oh my God. Just don't catfish. Don't be that person, because I've heard horror stories of men falling in love with these women and they just becoming distraught. Like, there's just... there's some men out there that are...
Yeah, wait. I'm just going to give a piece of advice. Just go to the bar, go to a local show. Don't go to a chat bot if you're going to, like, try to interact with women. It's not that hard. Just go out, do something, anything. Even like, I wouldn't suggest a lot, but probably a bar or a club. Don't approach people in libraries because they're not expecting it. Like, you should know the areas that you can approach people in. It's kind of creepy to approach a woman sometimes in a supermarket and shit like that.
Yeah, don't do that. Just go stick it to bars and clubs. Just stick it to bars and clubs.
Because they know that they're being approached there. But anyway, I think I'm going to have to kill the... Karmic says, I'm a little slow and always thought you guys were roommates until I realized, I don't know why I thought. We are not roommates. If he was a roommate, he would be paying all the rent, okay? I'm not paying rent if he's the roommate.
No, I think me and Belial are good enough friends, but I don't think we could live together. If you really think about it, we're the total... He's book smart, I'm street smart. He's very super, super, super clean, a vegan. We're totally the opposite. I think we would end up killing each other.
And I go to bed at like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. He stays up all night. I would kill him. He would be dead in the matter of a week, because I'd be like, "You're waking me up at 4 a.m, bro. I'm gonna fucking kill you. I have work tomorrow."
It's true.
And then I would kill Tony, and I would go to jail for life. But anyway, let's continue the video.
I hope everybody got that clip. But yeah, we're gonna. I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
It's fine.
We're good. We're just not good living together. We know our limits. But okay, pressing play now.
According to him,
75 women worked for me at the peak of it all. But that was a mistake, because when you have a bunch of girls working for you like that, the only way you can motivate them is with money. When I started, the girls worked for me because they loved me. Right? That's the old school pimp game, isn't it?
Downsizing to just 8 women, 4 of which were his girlfriends, and 4 were his brother Tristan's
I would not want my girlfriend
was when they
to
all
do
worked
that.
together to make the most money they ever had. Since they were all motivated and, in his words, in love with him, they were able to generate $400,000 per month with his online cam business.
That when a girl worked for me, it was 50-50.
So the girls who loved me and worked for me, my main girlfriends, they'd get probably around 20% of their money.
He kept 80%?
80% of the money they made.
Some people immediately look at this and think, well, he's a pimp, insinuating that these women are afraid
It is a
of
pimp
him, and
mentality.
he's forcing them into doing work that they don't want to do.
People have this idea that, oh, you're a pimp, you just get these girls, you say
Sounds like
work,
it.
and they're scared of you and they just work. It's bullshit. I was doing this in London. A girl could have walked out the door any day.
They did.
Called the police on me any day. And they didn't. They wanted to be with me because they genuinely understood that their life was better if they obeyed me.
Olivia, Jesus Christ. I was the second man she ever in her whole life, man. It hurt her.
Why does he look like he has a black eye?
Probably because someone punched him.
But it felt good for me, so who gives a shit?
Andrew uses strong words like obey me, which is what tends to get him in trouble
I can't
a lot.
do
His
that.
strong diction indicates he is totalitarian and dictator-like. but some people argue that he just speaks as clearly and directly as he can. If he said, "My girls trusted my ambition and leadership," people might not be as shocked. But when you read what he wrote on his website, it insinuates that his girlfriends were coerced into working for him, and maybe didn't leave because of fear. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me.
That does sound sleazy.
Sadly, in 2015,
That is
Henry
sleazy.
Tate passed away unsuspectedly during a chess match in California.
Oh,
He
I'm
was
sorry
56
his
years
dad
old.
died.
May he rest
Aw.
in peace.
I'm
Now
sorry, this
retired
guy's
from
his
fighting,
son, to be
he
honest
needs to
with you.
occupy his time. He gets invited to do the show Big Brother UK for its 17th season. The format of the show is very similar to a typical reality series.
Yeah, his
A
body's
bunch of
in the
contestants
basement.
in a house. They have to do challenges to maintain a status
Hey,
in the
Mr.
house.
Clown.
One person gets voted out each week until the last
Mr.
person
Clown,
wins with
good
a cash
name.
prize. But we all know the challenges are like 10% of why people watch, and 90% is for the drama,
People love
relationships,
reality, I'm not gonna
toxicity,
lie.
and chaos that comes with strangers living together. After just 7 days on
I
the show,
love mob
he was
wives.
booted off. Andrew says it's because the producers were afraid of a physical altercation taking place, in which obviously Tate would destroy the other men in the house.
Stop it on the
However,
video.
there was a
Okay,
video
pausing
made.
it now. I remember this. I saw this. I didn't see the
Yeah.
actual show, but I remember this coming up.
Yeah, so basically this video came out of him, like, beating this girl with, not beating, but I would say, like, I think that's like a nine tails, I think, or some sort of, I don't think that's a belt.
It's a piece of felt. That's
It's a felt. Okay,
it's
so
not even a belt.
yeah, so basically this is like a sex tape he had.
Hey,
where he's,
Emily.
like-
Sorry.
Where he's basically disciplining this woman, but it looks really severe. Like, it looks pretty bad. And this came out, and it basically was one of the reasons that he got kicked. But also there was another video that came out of him basically, I think it might be in this one, if not I'll show it, of him basically, like, a woman had bruises. So, these bruises, did I give these bruises to you? And the woman's like, yeah. And then basically he goes into his bag and pulls out a belt and chases her, and she runs into the other room and locks the door, and he starts screaming, "You knew I was gonna fucking belt you!" And basically he's got a history of either he's like kind of like a, what do you call that? Like, is that considered like a sadomasochist? A sado?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's kind of a sadist when it comes to
He's a sadist.
sexual domination. So that shit came out, and everyone was fucking shocked when they saw that stuff. So that was basically what kicked him up. I personally, though, I lean more towards the fact that he might have beat up those three. He might, he was being aggressive, and he might have punched out one of those guys. He might have, he's a trained fighter. Been fighting for like 10 years. He might actually knock one guy's head off and cause a lawsuit. So I'm leaning more towards that. But let's continue. I just wanted to stop that on that.
And also, real quick, two things. Trigger warning. You're going to hear things and you're going to see things. And if you are very sensitive when it comes to abuse, please, honestly, click out or just mute it and look away. Second thing, too, we are not discriminating against other people's kinks. We're not kink shaming. But clearly, there's an issue here. This is not how doms do things. This is not how it's done. And one of the women, actually, you'll see soon, I think maybe in this video, one of the women did come out and wanted to do something about it. But, okay, we're at 11 minutes perfectly and pressing play now.
Made public that shocked a lot of people and got him kicked off the show.
Wait, hold on. It has a metal... No, I was wrong.
You understand?
Did you pause it?
It's playing right now. Okay, I'm pausing it now. Again, this is a lot to take in. A lot to take in.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I meant by it was very severe. It was like stuff that you definitely confuse that this was abuse. It didn't look like...
This is not BDSM, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I was like saying. Like, this does not look like... Does not look like something that two consenting adults would agree to, if you catch my drift.
No. But the cockiness of him is... Do you notice how he recorded it?
Yeah, well, my guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you recorded, to be honest with you, because it makes him look terrible.
Yeah. Everybody has... I mean, I promise y'all, this is not BDSM. This is a man going way too far. You don't do things like this to a woman. It's supposed to be consensual between both people. Math, okay, I checked. He was part of the bizarreness. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets more...
Sadist,
It gets a lot more weirder as we go down. We're starting to get the pot is starting to warm up. Let's just say with the water. It gets weirder.
Is this beating going to continue more? Because I don't really want to.
No, it's not.
Okay, so we're gonna get past this, and
no, we're probably gonna get to the Romanian mafia soon. Eventually.
Okay, we're at 11 minutes and 17 seconds, and we're pressing play now.
Tate said that a part of the video was cut out where they were laughing and joking, making him look bad. He also provided a video of the same girl and her response to the outrage on social media, leading people to believe that it was consensual.
You gonna do it again? Are you gonna do it like a man this time?
What do you mean like a man this time? Last time I beat you...
Last time.
Like a pussy?
Yeah.
I beat you so bad, I've been called a woman beater all over the f***ing country.
Well, to me that was like a pussy. You need to do it like a real man. Or stop taking a bell off.
Regardless, Tate was increasing his reach. His social media started growing slowly but surely. Twitter became his new vehicle to stay relevant, and the cam business was making
He's banned
him rich.
on there too,
The next
isn't
major
he?
business move for the
Facebook and Instagram.
So I was buying Bitcoin when they were $3,000 with my webcam money.
So he's
Tens
still
of
on
thousands
Twitter?
of dollars of Bitcoin. My net worth would be
I'll have to check.
half of what it is if I'd never invested in cryptocurrency. But at the time, I didn't see.
So that's how he got rich.
I was in a world where the people I was dealing with took crypto. It was easier for me to take their crypto than to take big bank payments.
Right,
They didn't
they're
buy into crypto
grifters.
because they were savvy investors. They insinuated that the business people they were dealing with preferred to use an untraceable and encrypted payment method. Spending tens of thousands of dollars of Bitcoin led them to getting filthy rich, kind of by accident. For the next couple of years, Andrew casually flaunted his lifestyle on Instagram while being very openly supportive of Donald Trump and the MAGA community. He has been seen having dinners and meetings with famous right-wing journalists and politicians.
That's going to work
Obviously,
against
this
him
made
in the
a lot of
future.
enemies online
It
and
already
became
is.
the
His
self-proclaimed
karma's
king
here.
of toxic masculinity.
That's what it is, toxic
However,
masculinity.
he ran into a major problem that almost destroyed his cam business. Tate owned a 10-bedroom house that became the workspace for these women. He kept food and alcohol in the house so that they could loosen up for work.
The girls used to drink, and this one girl drank too much wine. She threw up everywhere. I told her to clean up. She started giving me some attitude, so I took all her threw out the window. Got her 2 arms, took her ass, put her outside my door.
The girl demanded that he pay her the 1,000 euros that she was owed, and he didn't. Then 3 months later, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the English police raided his house. They took $100,000 worth of electronics, computers, cameras, and phones, and opened an investigation on him. Apparently, the woman just said that he hit her, and that prompted this raid.
Door comes off the hinges. Boom. Police bust in.
Oh, look what podcast he's on.
However, every
Fresh
single
and
girl
fit.
that was
Yeah.
in the
Fresh and
house
fit.
defended Andrew and said that he did not hit her and that she was lying. The woman even admitted to lying about the situation, but it still took him 2 years and $450,000 in legal fees for the
Should've
case
paid
to
$1,000
close
bucks.
and for him to not be charged with any crimes. This situation prompted his move to Romania, which was the ideal place for him to live for a few different reasons.
People say, why did you live in Romania? And I explain my 5 reasons. One of them is the Me Too era. They go, oh, well, you're a rapist. I say, no, I'm not a rapist. But I like the idea of being able to just say, to do what I want. I like being free.
And I met a police chief, and I told him my story, and he said, well, in Romania, if she doesn't have proof of if she doesn't have physical evidence, then there's no progression. If she can't say, here's a red mark, or here's where he hurt me, there's no case. And there's word on word. And I said, that makes a lot more sense.
Wait, hold on,
Romania's absolutely...
Pausing it real quick. So his reason to moving to Romania is because of the Me Too movement, because it's a lot harder for a woman to fight her abuser. That's why. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. I mean, his point of view is that it's very like the bar, and I'm not defending it. The bar is very low for a woman to accuse a man of being a rapist.
Yeah.
And also his second reason, I don't think we got there, he liked the fact that Romania was corrupt and he could just pay off people to avoid going to jail for anything. Pretty much. So, I mean, like, that's pretty much the two things.
When you have to run away from your country because you're a dick, nothing what he says is going to... he ran away because he's abusive. Period.
He says, Eliz says he has a very flat effect. I don't know what if that means, a flat effect. Like emotional effect? That was flat? I'm not sure.
He really, no, I don't think he has emotions. When he talks and stuff, it's very flat. I think I know what you're talking about. Like, he has no expressions. He's too about himself to show emotion. Like, he has to put on this badass persona. But really, in reality, when he got banned off of Instagram, we know he went into his closet, sat down, and cried. Like,
Yeah,
you
pretty much.
know what I mean? But he's slowly getting kicked off a lot of social media platforms. But Romania, you went there because it's a lot harder for a woman to defend herself in the law's eye. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much. That was pretty much the thought process.
Okay.
But I mean, like, I heard that he got more charges. So my guess is that I don't think he got a raid just because he slapped a woman. I don't think that's possible. I think they used that possibly as an excuse because you have to realize he's getting cryptocurrency. So if you have to really think about it, why would people pay him cryptocurrencies?
I don't know, but usually when people say cryptocurrencies and doing it as payments and not actually anything else, I think crime related.
Yeah, and also you have to realize a lot of men were basically paying because they were being scammed online, the cam business, they were being lied to, they were scammed. Who knows? There could have been multiple other crimes that this police agency was investigating, and they probably used this excuse to just bust in. I don't think they would wait 3 months for a slap in the face type of deal like that. I don't think that would, and have a raid team just for like an abuse case or a rape case. I mean, like, I think they would probably, it would have to be something more. And we're not going to find out because I looked up. They actually added more charges. I mean, let me see. Wait, one moment, because I think I have the article.
So there's still a case open, or is
no,
it
the case is
now?
closed. It's closed. It's closed.
Okay. It just has more charges than we assumed.
Yeah, let me just see. So basically, both entry to precaution and no arrest. Oh, this is the trafficking one. I'm trying to look for the old one in Britain. Yeah, I gotta look for it. I don't know why. Like, the article was deleted when I saved it. I don't know why. But basically, it said that he had like 11 other charges that were added on to the to what he had.
From the same woman?
No, from something else, and he never gets into the extra charges that he was charged with. So my assumption is they were probably investigating other things that he was doing because he was doing a lot of other crimes. And that's why he probably ran out of London, because he knew he was screwed. He stayed in London. So that's my conspiracy theory. I think there was other things involved, and it wasn't just the fact that he, slapped a woman and there was a possible rape charge. I think they probably used that as an excuse to try to get a warrant to get into his place, if you catch my drift.
Well, especially if the woman said to the police, he has a bunch of women there, they all have webcams, he tells us what to do. I can see them doing a raid if she said all that.
Yeah, we're scamming people, we're collecting cryptocurrencies. Yeah. I don't know if they're selling information to the dark web. I don't know. Because I could think of, like, if I was a person that was willing to scam older men and lie to them and take, like, for instance, one story basically said that, like, a person was getting $40,000 in an inheritance, and that he wanted to give half of it to the girls, and he says, "Oh, don't tell her, tell them don't do it," And he called, and this is his nice guy act, by the way. And he called up the guy and told him that everything was fake. And then when the guy was caught, he in his other business, because he had multiple camp businesses, doing the same thing, trying to offer the $20,000 to get the girl, he said, "Clean that guy out." So I can imagine a guy who's scamming people and lying to them, maybe like taking the information and selling it to certain groups that might buy it using cryptocurrency, to catch my drift. People, let's say home addresses, maybe names, maybe billing information, if you catch my drift.
Blackmail.
Yeah, blackmail possibly, or just selling it for identity theft.
Yeah. No, I mean, if anybody's watching or anything like that does the cam girl thing, not does it, but actually goes, yeah, hurry back. That actually not the cam girl itself, but if you're the guy or the girl, whatever, tickles your pickle, you're actually paying for them to lie to you. That's basically it. So please watch your back on those things. It reminds me of that movie. Have you guys seen that horror movie called Cam? I think it's called Cam Girl. I think it's on Netflix. It's really good. It's good. But this guy just went to another country so he can be a complete dick. Imagine how bad of a human being you are against women that you have to actually move to another country that really doesn't have that many good laws to help women.
Yeah.
So you feel, oh, welcome back. So you feel like better. Like, this is my home. Wow, you treat women like shit. Let me move in. I want to be a dual citizen.
Yeah, I don't think he's dual citizen. But let's continue the video.
Okay, 14 minutes and 29 seconds. I'm pressing play now.
Corrupt. But it's a corruption that everyone can participate in. I would much rather live in a country that's corrupt, where I get stopped for speeding and I give them a little bit of money, than a country that's corrupt like America, which says it isn't corrupt. You have to be a billionaire and have a private jet and go to islands to get away with it, you know? Like, if you're going to be corrupt, which every nation on earth is, then let everyone play the game.
It seems like Andrew moved to Romania to participate in a corrupt society. His mindset is that all governments are corrupt. At least in this country, he can be a part of it. So he started a new life with new businesses in Romania. There isn't a ton of information about his businesses, and he obviously doesn't like to talk about them. However, he bought a bunch of land out there and now cultivates tobacco, which he intends on producing his own cigars. He also owns 10% of the RXF, which is basically like the Romanian UFC. Some of the fights, he and his brother Tristan do the English commentary.
I never dreamed I'd have that name called out at a fight show that I was commentating, Andrew.
Around 2017, Andrew decided to ramp up his social media presence, taking to YouTube and Twitter to start sharing his thoughts on the world. The very first video, Andrew Tate on gun control.
My name's Andrew Tate. I'm the most knowledgeable human in the world.
That very first sentence set the tone for his YouTube career. He started posting vlogs to showcase his lifestyle. Fast cars, women, traveling all over the world. But more notably, he started posting these short videos where he quickly speaks his mind on a variety of random topics. Why real men don't cry, alcohol, top 5 reasons you should never own a cat. Basically, if you saw a Tate upload, you knew it was going to be a farce.
I'm a vegetarian and I don't eat gluten. Okay, have you achieved anything else in your life? Do you have any actual personality? Are you anything, or are you just a person who doesn't eat meat and doesn't eat bread?
And I hate when I tell people my story, my turbulent story, like, well, you know that air travel is the safest form of travel. Don't come at me with statistics.
Doesn't he look like the skim milk of, like,
and I
Pitbull?
will never, ever wear headphones in public.
Like the generic brand of Pitbull. That's who he looks like.
Street, listening to your music.
I don't know who
you are
was.
You know, he's a singer. He's big
Some
on
child
the
is outside enjoying their
Latino
life,
community.
playing with toys and smiling in the sunshine and having fun.
You got a really good tan. You used to be pale.
I hate happiness. I hate happy children.
His over
He probably has
children.
Makes you wonder if
He
he's
probably
just
has a
joking or not.
tanning bed.
These YouTube videos were designed to drive traffic to his website, tateshinkai.net, where he sold a course on how to get girls, a course on how to get in shape, a course on chess, a course on body language, and even a course on building your own
Pitbull
webcam
light,
empire.
yeah.
Everything you would see from a typical YouTube guru. Over time, he started to move outside of the pointless rants and into more serious topics.
My problem with that gentleman is not that he was black. My problem with that gentleman is
Yeah,
that he pulled
right.
a machete and tried to kill someone in broad daylight.
Think that you, as a person, can save the West and be more powerful than all the information, Google, the media, all the external forces, all these people
I'm
pushing
pausing
for
it real
America's
quick.
demise?
How do people do that? How is he tan everywhere, but not the front of his face? Am I the only one that's being bugged? And yeah, Mr. Worldwide. Yeah, but Andrew Tate is Mr. Romania. That's it. He's not worldwide.
You would think that with all the things he said, your main question was why his face is not tanned.
But do you notice that?
I never thought that would be your question.
But look, it looks like he's wearing like a bald cap, but see how it just stops at his eyebrows and it's like white. His ears are white, the top of his head tan, and then he looks like a dirty Q-tip.
Well, probably it's like either he's spray tanned, like those tan things, or he's got a tan bed at home or some shit like that. He wore goggles. Yeah, wore goggles to a tanning bed. See, he's not really rich, because if a really rich person would just go to a beach. And just
I mean, I'm not even rich, and I'll just go walk down the street to a beach. Like, who gives, I don't know. It was bugging me, though, because I'm like, you have millions, but you don't know how to control your tan. Like, get your shit together, man. And your shitty tattoo. That tattoo's shitty. I don't care what anybody says. That tattoo is shitty. It's blotchy, and it doesn't look good.
Of all the rants we can have the tattoo rant.
Hey, NATO, the guy is like all of the things you came out of with this. I know, like, I know I'm picking on the worst, the most stupidest shit, but it was bugging me so much because it's like, why is it just the top of his head?
We're gonna have a whole hour episode on Andrew Tate's tan now. Let's go.
Is it not bothering you?
No, actually,
Okay.
I actually.
You didn't notice it until I pointed it out, huh?
The only thing I didn't really care. The only thing I noticed was his shitty tattoo on his chest that he's had for almost 20 years.
It's black. It's very black, and I don't know what it is.
It's a cobra.
Y'all, if y'all get tattoos and you're getting big tattoos, make sure you space out them colors. Because if you get everything all black, it's gonna look like a smudge. Is that his nipple?
Oh wait, that's like a mask. Originally he had like a snake, and now he's got like a samurai mask now on his nipple, and it's like around his nipple, so it looks weird.
He's not man enough to get the tattoo on his nipple, apparently.
Yeah, well, we just reviewed Andrew Tate. We gotta really zoom. We gotta be like some missing crime communities. We gotta zoom, like some people zoom in on the ears. We gotta zoom in on his nipple. We gotta see if that nipple is actually is tattooed or not.
Maybe it could. You know what? Karma could be right. Maybe it's the makeup. He doesn't know how to do the makeup. I don't know, but I know real men who get chest tattoos. I'm just saying, I'm gonna be that asshole because he likes to call people out, real men, and who's real or not. People who get tattoos on their chest, the real men out there, they get it around their nipple. They don't make a little safety thing. I even have my nipples pierced, dude. I'm more man than you. Take the pain, motherfucker.
So that was
my stupid rant for the stream. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another one because he bothers me. But all right, pressing play now.
You don't stand a chance because I'm a happy, contented individual. And all the people who sit there and tell me
he doesn't look happy.
Arrogant, they're the people who are.
Yeah, he does not.
You shouldn't be arrogant.
Maybe he's just really angry about his tattoo and he's taking it out the wrong way.
What's interesting is that Andrew didn't talk much about women and relationships too much in the beginning of his YouTube career. Sure, he had a video here and there about his views, but most of his videos were focused on money, success, and the mindset to get there. However, these types of videos typically are associated with the YouTube pickup artist, the ladies' man. As time went on, Andrew's followers requested that he give advice on women, male and female roles, and how he's able to have success with women.
Girls run their mouth. I start beating the fuck out of women having sex. They love it more than ever. They like it more. The less sex you have with them, the better.
I have nothing to talk to women about besides either sleeping with them or... Wait. Yeah, that's it.
Men are trying to get laid, so they pretend to be friends with the girl, hoping that one day she'll get drunk enough and let them fuck her.
Obviously, his bold statements and opinions
these are
ruffled
really shitty
feathers.
opinions.
It was the type of content that attracted a lot of anti-women incels. But a lot of his fans see the truth in his statements, despite his bold delivery. He started getting more attention from YouTubers like Mr. GG and Leon Lush, making commentary videos about him. Comedian Tom Segura and his wife Christina P. would react to his videos very often on their podcast, with their reactions getting hundreds of thousands of views. However, that only helped him grow more.
True.
The War Room launches. The War Room is a global
gotta pay
network in which exemplars of individualism work to free the modern man from socially induced incarceration. In 2019, it only cost $500 to get in. Today, it costs $5,000 to get in. So who could possibly be in the network that would make it worth this much money? Well, there's author Bobby Dino and Iggy.
Stop it, bro. Bro, end the stream. You have a guy called Iggy, Masters of Spells and Shadows.
I mean, I don't know. I can't dog the name Iggy because Iggy Pop is a god. But I don't know who the fuck this Iggy is. I have no idea. I don't know. If you have to pay $5,000 for somebody to tell you if you man enough, that's not for you to decipher. If you are a grown man, okay, nobody needs to tell you if you're man enough. The only people who will tell you you're man enough is yourself. That's it. It's what you do, not what you say.
Bro, they're getting advice from the Master of Spells and Shadows. He's got like a yellow. What material is that? It's like metallic. It's like holy shit.
Is that his RP card? Is he just did he just take his RP card and be like, I'm doing this now? Like,
yeah, this is roleplay. He's like a Dungeons and Dragons master. He's like, I am the Master of Spells and Shadows. Like, what the fuck are you?
Are there? No, go ahead.
He paid $5,000 to be in a group. Who would want to pay $1 to be in a room with the man who calls himself the Master of Spells and Shadows?
Not me. No. Like, but It's like, it's making me so aggravated because it's so. Do people? It's kind of like those people who get like the flame tattoos on their arms because they think it's really cool and that they're really strong and the flames enhance how strong they are. Do you get what I'm saying?
I have both my arms with flames. It helps me with my workout routine.
Yeah, see, it's that concept of I'm a badass, or like, you know, this is what I hate the most. Cliche. Most men who think that they're a badass, they have a web tattoo on their elbow. Promise
I have that
you. Promise you guys, half the people that are dicks, the guys out there, they either have a tribal tattoo, a fire tattoo, or they have a web tattoo on their elbow.
I have all three. The web tattoo is to catch, and to catch anything that comes by, like any sort of like lines or stuff like that. The fire is to fuel my power, and the tattoo is to go back to my ancestors so I can gain their powers.
So you're not even a dick, you're a dildo.
Exactly. I learned all this from the Master of Spells and Shadows. He told me that these tattoos will empower me to eventually become more powerful.
Yeah.
And I put them all on, just in case.
The magic.
Yeah.
It's really is. It's that concept. It's kind of like a little boy who has like a car, like a little toy car, and he paints flames on it because he believes it will go faster with the flames.
Well, it will. It will go faster, don't you know?
Yeah,
Stop lying to the audience. You know the truth. Let's play
it. Right? Like, you guys understand, right? Those type of guys, I kind of stay... I have one friend that has one skull tattoo on him, and he thinks he's like a fucking badass. I love him to death. He's a good guy, but he's very toxic masculinity. That's why we don't really hang out a lot.
You just outed that guy in the live stream. Thank you very much. Let's continue.
He will fucking admit it, but he thinks he's a badass because he has a skull tattoo, and I'm kind of like, that's not how it works.
This is your noticed guy with the skull tattoo. You're not cool, and Tony doesn't like you. Play that.
Don't say that. I love him. I love him. He's one of my best friends too here. It's just that, small doses. But yeah, that's what I'm getting from them with the names and stuff. Like, I'm Mystical Dick. That's my name. Just call me Mystical Dick. Okay, pressing play now.
The war room in Miami looked like some powerful congregations. It's pretty unclear as to what they
And what the fuck are they talking about to call it a war room?
You just take it from somebody.
It's kind of like a country club. You get next to other people with money, but that that doesn't necessarily guarantee you success.
Yeah, because
the biggest
what's
and most
gayer
notable
than
business he's
just hanging
associated
out with
with
men
are
all
the 15
day
casinos
in
he
a
opened up in
pool.
Romania. Unfortunately,
Just
because of the
men.
pandemic,
Oh, wait, we're getting to the
his
Romania
casinos
one.
closed down just 3 months after they opened.
The first thing is I own some casinos in Romania. 3 brothers, mafia guys, they own 400 casinos throughout Eastern Europe. I came up to them and said, look, I want to do a franchise with you. They said, we're not interested in franchises. We have enough money. We just open them ourselves. We turn over 10 million euros a day. Why do I need your franchise? Eventually, I came up with a plan. I said, look, how about this? I'll open up your locations directly next to your biggest competitor. Worst case, the location doesn't pay any money, but at least it takes money from your competitor. I'll give you a percentage of turnover, so even if it doesn't make profit, you make money. I'll take all the financial risk.
I'm not sure what casinos they are, but just by a quick Google search, it seems like a ton are still closed in Romania. So he's been paying rent, and they haven't been open for potentially 2 years. The pandemic impacted businesses around the world. Everyone was facing some serious financial pressure. So Andrew needed a way to come up with a new cash flow method. Hustlers University 2.0 was born. This was a no-nonsense crash course on how to get rich fast. And
Pausing it, paused.
So what happened was, I don't think they got into it. Basically, he tries to reopen them. But he goes to his bribe, I can bribe anyone. So he starts bribing the cops to keep his casino open during the pandemic.
Oh my God.
And what happened is that as soon as one officer heard that he was paying them off, all the cops started coming and asking for their payoffs to keep this place open.
So he basically played himself.
Yeah, and also, like, this guy's working with the Romanian mafia. Basically, he's like saying, well, they're franchise. It's not a franchise, motherfucker. These are mobsters, and you're paying them so you can open up, or they're going to break your kneecap. And it's so fucking stupid that he actually opened this up. He's like, yeah, I'm going to open up a casino and piss off your competitor. Bro, their competitor is a rival Romanian mafia. You're pissing off the other Romanian. You're getting in the middle of a fucking mob fight. The COVID-19 might have been the best thing that ever happened to this guy's life because he would have been dead. They would have probably put 2 bullets in his head and his heart, and he would have been dumped in the water, and they would have paid like $50,000 to the local detective, and that would be all that you would hear about Andrew Tate. They might kill both the brothers. Like, this is some stupid shit. Never get involved with the mafia. I'm telling you now, the mafia are like, you know, you ever watch Goodfellas when they, like, the guy got into business with the restaurant and it's like, you know, you have to pay for protection, and then the part of things like, he's like, oh, you got, you know, sprinklers went off and ruined your business? Fuck you, pay me. Oh, there's a fire in the kitchen? Fuck you, pay me. That's how the mafia works. They don't care if you have no money. So he's probably paying the mafia right now to keep this, like, so he doesn't get shot in the head. Even though the business is closed, they're probably demanding money from him right now. So this guy needs a ton of money so he doesn't get killed.
Once you start paying the mafia, you're going to continue to pay. It's the same concept of being in a gang. Once you pay for that protection, no matter if your business is open or closed, you still have to continue to pay for it, because that's how the mafia, you know, and they give zero shits. You can't be like, oh my god, we're in a pandemic. How am I supposed to pay you? No, shut up. Pay them. You're fucking with the mafia. Don't be a baby.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Hustle University.
Right, Karmic? Karmic's right. Mafia don't play that shit. Hey, I'm not the only one that's in here that's seen that show, Mob Wives.
Yeah.
Hey, Pauline. Welcome. Right?
Yeah,
okay. This guy's Hustlers University.
If you give a mouse a muffin, I wonder what the saying is for that.
If you give a mouse a muffin, don't they ask for a cup of tea? Isn't it that book, you know, you give a mouse a cracker, the mouse is then going to ask for a drink, and then it's going to ask for a napkin. It's continuously growing and growing.
Yeah, I didn't know that, so that's cool. I didn't know that saying.
It was a book. I think that's what you mean. I think, if not, correct me. But, yeah.
I'm sure that's what she means, because that makes sense.
I like corn muffins. Anyways, we're going to... we're at 20 minutes...
No comment.
No comment. We're at 20 minutes and 31 seconds, and we're pressing play now.
And be successful in business, taught by a multi-millionaire.
In Hustlers University 2.0, we teach about fast money. I don't teach you how to save more money in a stagnant pool, because that's the way you're listening. If you do that, you're always going to be poor.
Hustlers University and the War Room seem to provide the same information as to how to make money online. The War Room just hosts meetings in the physical world and costs $5,000.
We help people get multiple passports and multiple residencies and multiple bank accounts, because I believe your number one priority as the world reopens should be getting as many passports and residencies as possible, because slavery is absolutely coming to the world.
This sounds illegal.
The university
to get
costs
that many
$50 a month and will
passports.
teach you 18 modern wealth creation methods to get rich quick. These methods are so that you can escape the matrix.
So any form of oppression no longer applies to me. I can't be canceled, my finances are secure, I've escaped the matrix. And when I talk about the matrix, it primarily applies to men, because men are the backbone of the slave force.
In order to effectively promote this business, he needed to take to social media. Andrew realized producing his own content was too limiting. He needed to collaborate with people who already had followings and platforms. He shows up, talks shit, entertains people, and promotes his course. So he does a media tour. Some key podcasts that helped him were the Fresh and Fit podcast, who are known
familiar.
in what is called the Manosphere, which is a group of content creators who have very strong opinions on men and women gender roles. They typically admire and praise the traditional way of male and female dynamics. Man works, pays the bills, women raises the kids. Fresh and Fit are probably the biggest and most culturally relevant of all the podcasts.
And they're
this media
fucking
tour.
assholes,
They absolutely obsessed over Tate, fawned over him. Now
Stop
3
it
of
for a
their
moment.
biggest podcast episodes.
Pausing.
Stop it.
Yeah.
We did a Fresh and Fit episodes. Those guys are fucking scammers, because these guys claim that they're gonna, you know, they can teach you to get all these women. Most of the women that they get are paid for. They pay the women to sleep with them. Then they also lie.
Hold on a second. My cat jumped on me. Can you still hear it?
I can hear you. Let me see if
you didn't hear that big bang?
Yeah.
She just attacked me. What? Do
She's
you like
Fresh and
Andrew? Are you a fan? Because if so, we're gonna have to have words.
Well, maybe this is why Andrew Tate says that don't you mention have cats. You know, this is the main problem.
Andrew,
the cat will attack you.
You did hear the bang, Karmic? I was like, oh.
But, like, pretty much these guys, Fresh and Fit, are scammers. They basically lie about their sexual exploits. They basically, if they do have women, it's always they have to pay them off. Like, literally, one of the guys was like, I met this girl on the yacht. and she's into me. It's like, yeah, she met you on a yacht, and she's into you for your money, dummy. Okay, like these guys don't teach men how to, form relationships. I saw their courses, their shit. Like they do the same thing in the manosphere. Like, I'm going to teach you how to make money by drop shipping. Bro, drop shipping sucks. Okay, especially now. Maybe in the early days, drop shipping you can make money, but bro, no. Cryptocurrency trading, very risky, and especially now with like the whole crypto market fucking collapsing, it's not going to go back up for another year or two. So you might be able to buy some good cryptos, but it's probably going to take you 2 years to make any money, actually, if you're lucky. And like fucking stock market, I wouldn't take stock market advice from these guys if my life depended on it. I'd rather just like grab a dartboard and throw it into the middle. So they're like basically Fresh and Fit have no clue what they're fucking talking about, and I don't like their channel. They're scumbags, and their main pull in their channel is basically they invite a misogynistic man on the middle there, and then they get a bunch of young women who just are on Snapchat or all these social media programs, and they're hoping to be exposed to the social media programs, but they get abused by these men online on these things. And they're so young, they don't know how to kind of deal with it. You notice they don't actually have like a woman in their 30s or something like that, or some confident woman that's on there. Mostly it's young women that don't lack any sort of like confidence, and they basically get run over by these men with their limited logic and reasoning. Like if you listen to their arguments, it's so fucking stupid. Like it's just we might hear one of the dumbass arguments, and I might be able to refute it. But it says little cats will attack if they sense malintentions.
Yeah, she did. She jumped on the desk into the keyboard. That's what you heard. She's never done that before either. She usually just jumps behind me, and she creeps over my shoulder, and I wouldn't even notice her. But this time she was just like, "Fuck Andrew."
Yeah. So let's play it.
She was pissed.
Let's
Okay.
continue there.
22 minutes and 7 seconds. Pressing play now.
Ever are with Andrew, and he got adopted by that community. Another one that helped him a lot was Your Mom's House with Tom Segura, where Tom was genuinely laughing at Tate's jokes and genuinely agreeing with his ideals. Tom praised his comedy, which is a huge cosign from a professional stand-up comedian.
Not funny.
You're so rich, but you're smart, and you're actually very intelligent, and I know you'd get really bored of a robot. And I'm sitting there thinking, bitch, I wish to God you were a robot. You better shut the fuck up. We talk about star signs? Oh yeah, I'm so glad. Tell me more about Sagittarius rising. So I've had this argument with a feminist before. She's like, oh well, we've never tried matriarchies. We've only tried patriarchies. Blah blah blah. And I said, listen, bitch.
That's not funny.
Some people thought this was all a character.
I'm not laughing.
Some people hated him for his abrasive and misogynistic takes, and some people praised him for being the ultimate alpha male.
Oh, the cats
combination
in
made him an
general. Okay, I
unstoppable
get it.
force. His follower counts were rising significantly. In December 2021, he had 6,000 students paying him $50 per month on Hustlers University. $300,000 per month. That's not bad. Today, he has 110,000 students paying $50 per month. That is $5.5 million per month. $66 million per year, all profit. He says this course isn't about money. It's just him genuinely trying to better people's lives.
Pausing it. I feel like he could exaggerate numbers. He can control the numbers on his site.
What happened is that he basically made it so if you're a member of Hustlers University, you could do an affiliate link. So you get the first 10% of the first month. So what happens is people have been grabbing his clips and they put them all over the place. Instagram, all this stuff. That's why it doesn't really matter if they ban this guy on Instagram and Meta, because literally there's like 150,000 sites with just clips of this guy with just basically saying like one of his takes, and then they put the affiliate link on the bottom, and basically if let's say I joined Hustler University, that person would get like $5, and this guy would get $45 for like the first month. And if you do that with a lot of people and a lot of people joining, you can make a little bit of money. And that's how he got that 110. It's kind of brilliant in a way. He says something fucked up. He knows a lot of people are going to watch it, and then basically puts the affiliate incentivizes other people to spread the affiliate marketing link, and then basically he makes all his money with all this stuff.
And that's the thing too. When guys, those type of, the toxic masculinity type of guys, they all form a bond. And those are the type of people who are going to pay for it.
Yeah. Because $50 is not a lot. It's really not a lot for some people.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it isn't a lot, but it's also you can tell what type of person you are.
Yeah. So let's continue the video. I just wanted to point that. That's how it's spread.
Okay, pressing play now. Oh, wait, real quick. Nice pink car you have there, Tate. Pressing play now.
Lives. He says, I already have money. I don't need money. It's the perfect sales pitch. Now nobody who signs up will think they're getting scammed. He said his brother makes about $300,000 per month on his OnlyFans management business. His 15 casinos have a ton of overhead costs. On top of being closed for 2 years, they would have to be in the heart of Las Vegas to pull anywhere near $1 million per month. His online course is more than likely his most successful business he has ever built. This course was all built on the idea of getting rich like him, and he was rich before, but $300,000 per month and $5 million per month are way different levels. Now he is filthy rich. So am I suggesting he made millions off podcast appearances? Well, not exactly, but he did make a very key change in his approach that changed everything. He instructed the members of the War Room to blow him up on social media. This is how. He went on as many podcasts and talk shows as he possibly could. While he was there, he performed. He told his members to clip as many segments as they could, edit them up a little bit, make an Andrew Tate page on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever social media, and post the clips as if it was him posting. The clips constantly went viral because of how polarizing he is. Andrew has an official YouTube and official Instagram, not even a Twitter anymore. Some students have TikTok accounts with hundreds of thousands of followers from simply clipping his podcast appearances. In their bio of their pages, they will have an affiliate link to the Hustlers University course. If someone signs up through their link, they get 10% of the first month sign-up fee, which is $5. So thousands of students are reposting his content, getting hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of views, absolutely flooding every algorithm on every social media with videos of him, making him insanely famous. Then when they get that attention, they use it to promote his course, in which they make $5 one time, and he makes $45, then $50 a month every month after. Literally all these people are grinding for him for maybe a $5 sign up. And if nobody signs up, Andrew still benefits because his fame and relevance is skyrocketing. But like I said before, 110,000 signups, $5 million per month. His plan is working exactly the way he wanted it to.
And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged to make the rich richer and for the poor to stay poor.
Yeah, like you, bro.
Right.
The average amount of money the person makes in their first month is only $300. Doesn't matter. It costs you $50 to join. After 3 months, $150 commitment, the average amount of money created by each individual is over $1,800.
So his modern making money fast techniques lead to an average of $300 in the first month, a whopping $250 profit in 30 days. That's $8 per day or $1 per hour. And after 3 months, you'll average $1,800. That's $1,650 profit, jump up to $18 per day or $2.25 per hour.
You can't just save money to stagnant pool. You need to learn how to get fast money.
First month is only $300.
And buy the right things quickly.
First month is only $300.
So you can buy more.
So according to his averages, working at McDonald's is a 7 or 8 times faster money-making method than his course. If you try to do any research on what the course entails, it's all videos of other people who are saying positive things about the course so that you will sign up using their affiliate link and they get paid. So we don't really know how valuable the information is inside the course.
We're going to see someone who joined
April 11th, 2022, the Romanian police responded to an alleged kidnapping that 2 women were being held against their will in Andrew Tate's house and being forced into sex. One of those women was American. The police were alerted by officials of the U.S. Embassy in Romania. The brothers were arrested, the house was searched, but nothing really happened and they were released. The report says that there is an ongoing investigation looking into a potential human trafficking case with these men. The Tate brothers said that the American girl's boyfriend got jealous that she was at their mansion, and he called the cops lying, saying that she was held against her will.
I get about 50 to 100 DMs on Instagram a day from women.
Yeah, please kidnap me.
Hot women.
Please.
Will you kidnap me? Smiley face.
Tate fans
I can
say,
believe
well,
women
if they
would
were
do that.
actually doing
Some
those
women
crimes,
I've
then they would be in jail.
on
Whereas other
TikTok
people point
be
out that a
that
human
way.
trafficking investigation could take many, many years to conduct. Some people think he's guilty because of his suspicious ways of recruiting women to work for his cam business, on top of Tate's convenient reasons why he wants to live in Romania.
So Romania is absolutely corrupt. It's a corruption that everyone can participate in.
To say, no, I'm not fucking pissed. But I like the
Whenever
idea
you have to
of
say
being able
but,
to say- to do
that's a problem.
Laws don't really apply to you. If they made a law in the UK I was unhappy with, I'd just leave. And if they made a law in Romania where I live I'm unhappy with, I would just leave.
One thing that Andrew Tate is not is dumb. He knows how to sell the dream, He knows how to say things that people want to share, and there's a lot of truth in his statements. He's had constant viral videos talking about how governments manipulate and control people, how they
Just
put
like
lies
him.
into citizens' heads and create false realities. The Matrix.
The most valuable thing on the planet today is human capital. Even the people at the very, very top echelons of life, all they care about is controlling people.
The only way to escape the Matrix is to follow him and do what he says. He studied exactly what he claims the Western world does. He understands it and then implements those exact strategies he claims to loathe directly back to the people that love and support him. So now they are controlled by his Matrix. But remember, Andrew Tate is never satisfied.
It was good, but I don't ever feel like I'm satisfied.
Food means nothing when you're rich. It's too cheap. Any man who sits and says that sex is great or sex is fun just clearly hasn't had enough sex. Because sex is.
What does he live for?
He's so rich, he doesn't even get fulfillment from food. Money means nothing. He said it over and over again. He wants to conquer.
We are obsessed with power. I get more and more powerful.
You don't want money, you want power.
The only thing left for you to decide is if he's really trying to better the lives of others and allow them to escape the Matrix. Is he using the same exact brainwashing tactics the elite use on his own followers and living life like a reckless mafia boss? Or is this all just one long scheme for him to make another dollar and cure his
Yeah, I
boredom?
mean, if you stop.
I'm not built to live a normal existence. I can't do.
Yeah, it sounds like this guy is into controlling people more so than the actual product. Like, all this money for food and for women and all that stuff, he's bored with that. Once he's conquered all these women, he basically is bored with the fact of sleeping with women at this point. Because he's conquered the fact that he can sleep with a lot of women. He can either pay for it or they go with him for his looks or his fame. He can buy any food he wants, so he doesn't really care too much about food. He's basically a person that wants control. It kind of goes into his sexual domination type of thing, but it's his life.
He wants more. He's never going to be satisfied.
Yeah,
Never.
it's basically he wants control. The other thing I pointed out is like when he said "but." It's like I'm not a rapist, but like never say "but." Like I'm not a rapist, but.
But yeah, no, he's just. I mean, I try to find good qualities in people. I cannot find one. If you treat women like this, I just hope karma comes. Because this is horrible. But this is the thing, too. I'm also going, what kind of woman would look at this guy and be like, oh, that's the man of my dreams? Like who hurt you? Let's talk about this.
Another thing I want to point out, he talks about he wants traditional men. And like, bro, you are a smut peddler. You basically you're a pimp for women. You own casinos. You basically sleep with 200 or more women. I don't know how many STDs you probably got at this point. I don't know. You're a really dirty person at this point. You're sleeping with like all these hundreds of women. I don't know if you're sleeping with protection or what. And you're divorced with your wife and you got 3 kids. But where's the kids? Why are the kids not living with you? Because
he was married?
Yeah, he's divorced, apparently. And he has 3 kids, but his 3 kids don't live with him. Why? Because he lives this ridiculous lifestyle. Like, he has the money. He's worth millions and millions of dollars. Why doesn't he just, like, focus on, like, basically raising his kids with him as his father? Why is he trying to repeat the past where he was abandoned by his father to pursue his career as a chess player, and this guy's going to abandon his kids to pursue his career as a fucking... I don't know what this is, like some sort of like consultant or
he's one
YouTube
of those
star.
He's a product of his environment because that's what his household was dad reaching the dreams and stuff. Like if I had the money like him and if I had kids, even an ex-wife too. Like I have an ex-wife, we just don't have kids. I would literally be like, I have the money. I live a modest life. I want to spend time with my kids. That's it. And also, I wouldn't make content like this because those kids grow up. Yeah. They're going to know who their father is and what they say. And if he has a daughter, good Lord.
I don't know if he has a daughter. I don't know what the kid's gender. I haven't even really looked. I just looked at the thing.
Can you picture him having a daughter? Would he want his daughter to have a man like him? I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's pretty crazy that he's talking about traditionalism and he says things like this. Here's the thing. Andrew Tate explains why he needs authority over women. We'll watch that for a moment. I put in your.
Oh, you just sent it to me. Okay. Loading up right now. Loading it up right now. This is a clip. So here we go, and
I believe that as a.
Okay, pressing play. Oh, this video is from Barstool Sports. And credit goes to them. This is their content. And pressing play now.
I believe that as a man, I should pay for the first date. I believe I should open the car door. I believe I should protect for her, provide for her. I believe if she's my woman, she should be able to come to me with her problems and I should fix them. That makes me a sexist and a horrible person. Fine.
It doesn't.
You agree with the baseline. Everyone agrees with the foundations of what I say. But when I build on top of it, they try and pretend it's sexist. By extension, if I have responsibility over her, then I must have a degree of authority. For the same reason, if I have responsibility over, and everyone's going to lose their mind, it's an example, it's only an analogy. If I have responsibility over a child, I have to have some authority. You cannot be responsible for something that doesn't listen to you. You can't be responsible for a dog if it doesn't obey you, or a child if it doesn't obey you, or a woman doesn't obey you.
The super sexist path.
Cool. Let's take a beautiful sports car. It doesn't matter. A house,
yeah,
land,
didn't help.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever I'm responsible for,
object.
I have to have a degree of authority over.
You get to a point, I would think, where there's mutual respect. So there isn't like the authority. It's a give and take on a healthy relationship.
Correct. A healthy relationship has mutual respect. So in a healthy relationship, the man will say X and the woman will say, yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I won't do it. I'm not saying it has to be a command orders. I'm not saying that.
It sounds like a command order. It sounds like
it does. It does. I think in 2022, there's no exact roles in a relationship. Like, there's some things that people might think that I'm a little bit masculine about. Like, I do believe I'm supposed to be there to provide, reserve my emotions to my girlfriend. Definitely believe that protect her. Obviously, I mean, she can protect herself.
Oh,
but
he's a narcissist.
But he's a complete narcissist. He's manipulating these loving traits that a male does precede, and then he's just adding more to it, and he's making it look like shit.
Let's go to the next one. I sent you to the video, which is Andrew. Yeah, we're just going to watch a couple of clips just so we can get into the mind of Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate doesn't believe in equality between genders. Let's listen to that one. When you're ready, let's play.
Okay, we got this video here, and it's from Coldest Edits.
Yeah, it's just a clip channel.
It's just a clip. Yeah, so this is.
It might be does it have an affiliate link to it? No, I'll probably check.
Right. Okay, and this is a short clip, and we're pressing play now.
Why are we not equal?
Why are we not equal? I'll tell you why we're not equal. Biologically, we're not equal. You can have children. I can fight. Right? We're different. Do you agree that we're biologically different, or do you think you're as strong as men?
No, of course not.
Okay, well, there you go then. So there we go. So we already have a biological
you're
difference.
the protector and I'm like the birth.
No, we have a biological difference. And if you have a certain biology, wouldn't you agree that your biology lends to your mentality?
Right.
Okay, so we have a different biology and a different mentality. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not equal. Done.
So
the girl's not even sure of herself. She's like, he's
well, his logic.
mansplaining.
His logic doesn't make sense. The argument was, why are we not equal? And he points out gender roles and basically what the roles are in a relationship. The woman, I'm going with the traditional thing. The woman raises the kids, the woman gives birth to the kids, the woman cooks and stuff, the man goes out to work. That is an equal partnership. That's not one is dominant over the other. He didn't answer the question. He basically said, like, even if we go back by traditional means, it is an equal relationship. The man does not have a dominance over the woman. If you go to the Bible, it's like basically the same thing. Men don't have a dominance. It's an equal give and take relationship. And this guy is saying, well, because you're a different gender, then I can't treat you equal because I'm tougher and I'm stronger than you. That makes no sense. That's wacky theory. And this woman's too young to see his bullshit and kind of call him out on that. And that's why this Fresh and Fit channel has these young women that don't really think. Because the main point was, why are we not equal? He points out genetic differences, and then talks about, like, well, I fight and you cook and clean. It sounds like you both have an equal relationship, but then he says, no, we should be treated equally. The man should have all the control, and the woman should just obey.
Yeah, Bushes, in the Bushes, he is a narcissist. Yeah, Carmen, 100% agree. And it's like he stays... Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Eliz. He's like in fight mode. He's very defense. Like he doesn't let other people. Like he did not let that woman. Like the woman was like, like the woman does not agree with him. Obviously from this clip, The woman does not fully agree with him. And I'm sorry too, I just want to, inform Tate that, I have seen women take down men before too. So
I've been taken down. I'm going to say a little bit of my RL. I was in Taekwondo, and there was black belt. The lady was a black belt, and she was like maybe 2 years, 3 years older than me, and she used to beat the shit out of me in spar practice.
Yeah. Don't fuck around with women. Just don't, because they can fuck you up just as much as a guy. Like,
it depends. Like, you have to realize that it depends on your ability. Like, you have to learn how. Obviously, if a man has no training in fighting and he meets a woman that knows how to fight and knows how to kill, then basically you're kind of basically. It also is the mentality, like the thought process. If one person is basically like not really taking it seriously and the other person's really taking it seriously, you're screwed. Like if one person wants to kill you and the other person doesn't, it doesn't matter. It's the mentality, it's the thought process. So he doesn't quite understand. For a guy who's into martial arts, he should probably know this. This guy's like, into kickboxing and stuff. He should know that women would probably be pretty brutal in martial arts. I can contest to that.
Well, that's the thing. Everything that we would think is normal, he manipulates for it to be to put his narrative.
Let's go to the next clip. I put into your chat thing again. I have a machete, Andrew Tate. So he sleeps with he sleeps with a machete. This is perfectly normal. I sleep with the machete too when I go. I'm being sarcastic. I sleep with a machete too. Like, why would you need to sleep with the machete? What is your life if you have to sleep with a weapon?
I sleep with a knife near my bed. There's a knife in my bathroom too. There's a knife on my desk. But the difference between me and Tate is I live in the ghetto. And
okay. You don't live in a mansion.
I don't live in a mansion with security and probably a security system. I don't pay off the cops. It's just I lived another day. Yay.
Oh, pay off the cops. Clip it. No, I'm joking. Let's play it. It's a minute clip.
Okay, pressing play now.
Any room I'm in my house, I can produce a weapon. A lot of people ask me, well, Andrew, why do you have a machete next to your bed? And my answer is simple. Why wouldn't I have a machete next to my bed? Why don't you have a machete next to your bed? Some dude,
I have a machete, but it's not next to my bed.
What
I
if you
just
like
like
upset
knives.
a girl and she catches you cheating and gets a machete? Bro.
There's no female alive, even with a machete, that would stand a chance against the immense power I possess.
Took him a while.
He had to think hard.
Yeah. Slap the machete, slap her in the face. One hand, machete, and then backhand. I perfected this in pimp school. When I got my PhD, we had to practice. If a girl comes at you, you cheated, you cheated. It's bang out the machete, boom in her face, and then grip her up by the neck. Like, shut up, bitch!
Do you notice how hard he had to think? He had to close his eyes. It was like he's constipated.
There's more to that clip, but it was like basically he strangles the woman and then has sex with her. So
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I know this clip. Yeah, he does that. I have a machete, but now I'm going, damn, I just like knives. You know how people are gun people and they just like guns? I like knives. I have a machete, but I don't keep it near my bed. That's stupid. I have butterfly knives at my bed. It's so stupid. And then just slap them. Like, this is what you teach if a girl attacks you?
Yeah.
Has he never lived in the ghetto?
Actually, he does have a pimpic degree. In his course, one of his courses, you can actually get a degree on being a pimp, and you pay him money.
Yeah, like Karmic, you're right. A machete is, Yeah, I don't know if he's allowed a gun. I wouldn't trust him with a gun.
Well, he's in Romania. He's probably allowed a rocket launcher if you're living in Romania.
That's what I was thinking too, Karmic. I was like, he's just making a video because he has like a cool new machete. Like, it's a cool machete. But I think he just did the video just to show off a machete.
Here's the next clip I was talking about. It's called, If a Woman Sleeps with 200 Men, Andrew Tate's on Men versus Women.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're just gonna, I wanted to show you the clips so you know why people think he's a fucking genius. I don't know. He says some dumbass shit, man. But let's
say I meet a girl I
Okay.
Very part-time income. Like, there's screenshots of...
Sorry, my YouTube refreshed on the other video, the CoffeeZilla. This video is from Trigger Dawn Tate. The other video was from a Tate account too.
Yeah, these are all Tate accounts. This is how they're all Tate accounts. They're all part of his fucking service. They literally clipped everything. This is how much he's more searched than Mr. Beast. He's more searched than like Donald Trump. This guy. It's because these clip channels literally
they do the work for him.
Yeah, that's why I was like, don't give him credit because you're basically giving credit to Tate.
No, I'm not giving him credit. It's just they're doing the work for him, and they should feel stupid.
The Tate clones, they're just flying over here.
He doesn't know the knife yet. This guy is just so cringe. But, for the women who are watching right now, we just want you to know we do not agree with anything that these men say whatsoever. I don't even call them men. They're little boys. But anyways, this is from the Trigger Dawn Tate account in this clip, and it's 1 minute. It's 2 minutes long, and we're going to press play now.
Let's say I meet a girl I really like, yeah? I'm not saying the first thing I'm gonna do is run out and cheat on her. I'm not saying that. I'm not even saying I can't be faithful, because I could. I'm just trying to explain the difference to you in the realities of the world. Female promiscuity has always, since the dawn of human time, across every culture that's ever existed, from China to the Aztecs, been frowned upon. Every single culture since the dawn of human time has mocked women who are promiscuous. If you were a hoe, you were laughed at. In most cultures, if you weren't a virgin, you couldn't get married. To this day, in half of the world, if you're not a virgin, you can't get married. Female promiscuity across every culture since the dawn of human time has been seen as a negative. That is not a coincidence. It's because females are designed to meet a man, get pregnant, fall in love with said man. If you keep sleeping with X dude, popping plan Bs...
Alright, hold on. Pressing pause real quick. I'm sorry, but the girl next to him on the left, was she paid extra just to go, Like, she was paid extra.
I don't think they were paid. I think they just put their Instagram.
Oh, no, I definitely think that they were paid, and she was paid extra to make sounds. As the others were just paid just to nod their heads, she's getting paid extra to be like, Lady, yeah. I promise you, this lady probably watches this and has so much regret. All these women on the show.
Well, I mean, like, think about
so much regret.
First off, he doesn't see that as a problem that half the world still thinks that you have to be a virgin to be married. It's kind of like an unfair standard. It's like, okay, so men can sleep around and fuck around as much as possible, but women can't. I mean, that's kind of fucked up. And also the fact is that, yeah, society was pretty primitive back then. Are we going to continue all the practices in societies back then? Are we going to do a sacrifice to the Aztec gods of all war people that we capture in wars and rip out their hearts in the middle of a temple? I mean, like, really, bro, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. And this is what happens. Like, all these young women who sit around here and they don't realize they're being the butt of the joke because he's talking about them. You know what I mean? Like, obviously these women definitely are not virgins, in my opinion.
Oh, no.
My thought process. They're online, their personas are like showing them their bodies or wearing clothes or their personalities, and he would frown upon all these women. He would sleep with them because he has no standards. You know, he doesn't say to himself, oh, I want a virgin, I want to marry a woman, I want to be faithful to that woman, and I want to actually, have a family. He wants to fuck around, and he wants to pretend that he's a traditionalist person, like he believes in, like, marriage and all this shit. No, he does not. He drinks, which I think he said he was like the Muslim belief. He liked the Muslim. I don't believe Muslims drink, first off. He basically ran a pornography business, a scamming business. He runs a casino, which is gambling. He scams people on a regular basis, and he sleeps around with many, many women. And he also goes after, like, 18-year-old girls. I have a clip of him literally going after an 18-year-old girl on a stream. He says, oh, well, she wasn't 18 yet, but she was like 17. He says, oh, when you turn 18, I know a man. And he's joking. He's Alex Jones with disgusting ideas. He's definitely got the Alex Jones formula.
Yeah.
A formula. Let's nominate him to sacrifice to the fire gods. Yeah, we need to sacrifice him to the fire gods so he can get a better tan. Like, so we can help Tony out here. But yeah, I'm surprised you never heard of him in the bushes because this guy's all over the fucking place. But let's continue the video.
And
It gets
more
worse.
recently, so because of everything that's going on, a lot more people are talking about him because he got banned on Instagram last week
And Facebook.
and Facebook. So yeah,
Which just
all
matter.
right.
Let's continue.
Pressing play now.
Taking the morning after pill and removing the stigma. This is the big point. For a female in the beginning of her sexual process, there's a stigma associated with
definitely
sleeping with a new
getting
man.
paid more.
If you sleep with enough of them, you remove the stigma. And now it's like, oh, I'll just fuck this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. That cheapens you. It doesn't matter if a man slept with 20 girls or 200 girls.
So it doesn't
He is
cheapen
still
the man.
If a woman slept with 200 men, she is worth less.
Damn.
This is the basis of the
No.
game. No man is going to marry a woman that 200 men slammed and threw to the street. So when the problem with the Western world, and it's the Western world as a whole, but it's especially America, women think they have some kind of power. Oh, well, I'll go sleep with a guy. You didn't fuck a guy. The guy fucked you. And you ain't worth anything more by getting fucked. You need to get that out your head. It's a bad idea. Get out your head.
Oh yeah, you can join the link at Hustle University. If you want to learn these cool takes, you can join the Hustle University. Maybe we should get like an affiliate link too, so we can. I'm joking. That was a joke.
I would rather kill myself on live stream with my camera on than to have any association with this douchebag.
Yeah, I mean, it gets what's it. Andrew Tate attempts. What's your thoughts?
I kind of just want to. I'm really hoping that the women, after seeing this, and they actually know that they're okay, that they know that they're worth more than what this guy is saying. It doesn't matter how many people you sleep with, as long as it's consensual adults, and as long as you use precautions. What you do afterwards is none of my business. It is a woman's choice to do whatever they want. But it doesn't matter how many people you sleep with. That is not how your worth is made. Not at all. Now, if you have slept with 2 people or 200 people, you are still a good person, and that is it. That is fucking it. No man is going to tell you your worth. The right man will show you your worth with respect and being equal towards you. That's just it. That is just how it is. And if any man says different, they clearly have daddy issues.
But how are we going to sell our courses to virgins so we can make millions of dollars, Tony?
I should actually charge people $50 a month.
How are we going to get the incels to buy our courses for $50 a month to learn how to talk to women and become millionaires, Tony? We need to be grifters like this guy. Here's the next clip. It's called, Does Andrew Tate Think Women Are Property?
Oh, you sent another one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm just sending it all to you. Yeah, he's making $50 out of 100, and that's not including the war room that pays him $5,000 so they can meet him in person.
Yeah, I would rather be homeless than ever be like this. I literally will go live back in the streets in Boston in the middle of fucking winter in a abandoned bus station than fucking do this. This is horrible. And I pray to God he does not have a daughter.
Let's go to the next clip. We'll see if you feel better about him.
Okay, this is from Barstool Sports again, and this is the clip, and we're pressing play now.
You say a lot of stuff about women like that they're your property.
That's not what I said. I was talking about an OnlyFans company when that question was asked. But I said that if a woman is going out with a man, she belongs to that man. That's his woman. So if she wants to do OnlyFans, she owes him some money because she's his.
Well, that's crazy. That one's crazy.
So you think that a man going out with a girl that's just your property?
That one was nuts.
I'm nuts now. Good.
If a guy and a girl is dating and a girl does OnlyFans, she owes him a cut.
She is his girl.
But what does that have to do with anything?
Because she's his.
So that is you saying that women are your property.
It's not about being property. It's about the fact that she belongs to him. And the intimate parts of her body belong to him because they're in a relationship. And if she wants to sell those, he has a stake in those intimate parts of her body.
So it's reverse. A male porn star owes the woman.
I don't know, because I think the women belong to the man. I think the woman's given
that's
over
inherently where you get called sexist for.
If I ever said that to my girlfriend, she doesn't have an OnlyFans, by the way, she doesn't. But if I ever said or thought, my girlfriend owes me money, it's her money, her hard-earned money. But it's also mine too because she is my girlfriend. Doesn't matter where I'm living in the world. I promise you my father will get in his car and beat my fucking ass. It just shows. It just fucking shows.
Yeah, so he's also a hypocrite when he believes that, like, a man shouldn't be owned as well by a woman when he's doing a porn star. It's, like, such full of shit. Like, you know what he's preaching to. This is such bullshit. Here's the next clip. We're getting worse.
I'm getting angrier the more we go. I'm just like, I'm just warning you right now. Like, I'm seriously angry because the sad part is that women go through so much of a stigma when it comes to men like this, and they can never get out of it because they don't know how to get out of it. There's some women that are stuck with men like this because they're scared, and it's horrible. Yeah. It's just, and this is the kicker.
He's making money from it.
Not only is he making money from it, fuck the money. I don't care about the money. He's teaching other men to be this disrespectful to women.
Oh, it gets worse. We're going to Andrew Tate's hitting on a 17-year-old girl.
It's loading up right now.
I'm just like, we're getting worse and worse.
Once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
You do?
I do, yeah. I do know a guy. It's a long story. I can't tell you exactly who because there's bad things about him.
Yo, there's no fucking way you just said that. No. I actually overheard that. The fact that you fucking said that shit is fucking crazy. That's fucked up. You were
Once you're 18, if you want to get yourself a real man, I know a guy.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so did you hear it? It was a little...
Yeah, it's a long story. I can't tell you exactly who.
So
because
basically, they did this 2-hour podcast. I didn't watch the whole thing. I didn't even know about it. I just heard about this clip, and I just went to this clip. And basically, like, this young man is being impressed. He's being, like, kind of, like, looking up to Andrew Tate. I don't know why in God's green earth that he would look up to this man. And another guy. And they're trying to, like, kind of, like, kiss up to him. And eventually the girl sitting next to him, like that young man, is like, he has to put the earphones on, and he's like, oh yeah, I know a man, you saw it, and he was implying himself that when she turns 18,
like the guy gets I think the guy next to her, I guess that's her boyfriend or whatever, he does get upset about it. I hope his values have changed when it comes to Tate.
Well, he was hoping to, because he's a Fortnite streamer and he's making money, live streaming video games. And this girl is kind of into him, but not quite into him yet. You know what I mean? Like, they're kind of in the middle type of deal. And I don't know why he had this girl sit with him during the stream. I have no clue. But eventually, like, he starts trying to, Andrew Tate's trying to say, oh, you should try to date her. You guys will be a power couple. And when that doesn't work, he tries this, he knows a man, so he's trying to hit on a 17-year-old girl, basically.
Let's go to the next video.
I have
nothing to say. I have nothing to say.
You're like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? We need to stop. This is crazy. Now you know why he's probably getting banned from,
Can we just... Hold on.
What? What's up?
No, we're having a palate cleanser. I don't care what you say. We're gonna watch this classic Tate. This content is made by Meat Canyon. Meat Canyon sees what we see.
Okay, can you toss me a link? Can you?
Oh yeah. No, I'll toss you the link. It's okay. I'm sorry. I know I sprung this up. I need a palate cleanser because Tony's getting too serious now. I want to palate.
Well, at least people know what we're talking about now when they see this meat crown. They'll be like, why the fuck is he doing this? Now that you've seen all the clips and you've seen everything, now you know the joke when you actually see it. So you can give credit to Meat Canyon. We'll start.
And real quick, Meat Canyon, he makes content about everybody. He makes content about Markiplier, and most of the people do take it like, aha. Like if you're a big YouTuber, you're waiting for Meat Canyon to make a cartoon about you. Okay, so he does it in fun. How the other people take it, it's whatever. But this is his content and what he thinks of when he watches Andrew Tate. And so credit goes to him. I'm gonna go there, and we're going to press play.
Gentlemen, we've had success with phase 1. Expensive cars, money, classic Tate W. And most importantly,
they made his neck so big.
Women. We do be getting them bitches though.
Classic Tate W, man. You're the best. Women.
That guy
But
there, Sneeko, made a reaction to it.
For phase 2 of our journey.
Oh, it looks
And
like
that
the other
gentleman
one did too.
It's self-love. Observe closely, gentlemen. Yo, is this real? Full send it, Tank. Yeah, hell yeah, full send it, brother.
I love
I gotta try this.
What are we watching? This is so far.
I love you, Cannon. He knows how to really fucking.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, Sleep Mom's gonna skip this part. She's like, this has cartoons, and I don't like it to possibly see this.
18 plus stream.
Let's knock out. Oh, I will.
Andrew, your cigar tastes so good.
Oh, my fucking
I fucking love it. I would love to know Tate's reaction to this.
Oh, he's probably angry.
I don't think I have a mirror.
I wonder if the other guys are angry.
Oh, wait, yeah,
I see
here's
that
one.
One of the guys have posted about it.
I'm a real tough bloke, aren't I? Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
wait.
You are. Oh, you are.
Hey,
you
wait.
big fuck. Hold on, baby.
Wait.
Hold on.
Did he just give birth?
What's going on, lads? What's the problem?
You like...
Even the accent.
You
he even got
gave
the accent.
birth. That's like a woman thing, right?
Giving birth is like a woman thing. Yo, this is sus.
Like, one of you guys are female or a woman or something, eh? I don't know, like, or something. Full send.
Guys, I'm not a female. If anything, he's the female. What are you talking about? You were the one calling me baby the whole time,
Look
which
at
is
his
classically a
snake tattoo.
female too. Fine. Let's prove who's a man right now, then.
I was about to say, isn't that? Here's a rainbow flag.
This is great, man.
Who am I?
Bro, no! Bro! Yo, who will lead us now?
Money. Money.
What did he say? What did you say, little baby? Girls should wear leashes like the dogs they are. Yo, full send it. Yo.
Stupid bitches! Some of you!
Oh, I love Meat Cannon. He makes fun of it. He makes fun of everybody. Like, there's even one of Elon Musk and stuff. But
Yeah. So now we got the palate cleanser, whatever. Let's see what's next. What's the CoffeeZilla one? We'll see how he's making money.
oh, the CoffeeZilla one. Okay, hold on, real quick. Let me exit out of that. So this is CoffeeZilla. This is his content. So give a like. What is there a time that you want me to go on it? Let me see. Let me check that thing.
Let me just.
There is no.
Let's go to. Let's go to 3 minutes and 20 seconds and just start there.
3 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, right there. Okay.
All right, play it.
Okay, pressing play now.
Criminality, toxicity, psychopathy. Andrew does have one undeniable skill that seems to be responsible for most or all of his success so far. He's just really entertaining.
I hate everyone equally. Don't come at me and call me sexist or racist or any of these things. I hate everyone. I don't care if you're black, white, straight, gay, man, and woman. I hate you anyway. Do know how to administer CPR.
Wow.
However, I will not administer CPR unless you're a hot female. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you.
Is that a lady billing you and you back and rearrange your bones? Why is it being massaging for a full hour straight, bro?
I have a lot of muscle. It's painful to carry it around. It's a 2-hour massage.
You see, guys, modern
That's
influencers
so
are
sad.
slowly learning that we live in a post-consequence world with people like Jake Paul running around just serially scamming people and
That's the
nothing
problem.
happening to them. People are starting to realize that the only real currency is attention. Like, the worst thing that's going to happen to you is not that you go to jail. The worst thing that's going to happen to you is you become irrelevant. And this is what separates Andrew Tate from a lot of the fake gurus I've covered in the past and makes him much more effective and maybe dangerous at what he does. And in that way, he's got more in common with someone like Alex Jones.
We're gonna beat your ass. You just get that
Isn't
through
that
your
what Karmic
stinking
said?
traitor's head.
Or was it
Than he
Grandma?
does with someone like Dan
Karmic,
Locke
yeah.
or Grant Cardone. Both Jones and Tate operate sort of on this playbook where entertainment is king. They say a bunch of outlandish statements that builds attention, and then once they're the crazy guy, all they have to do is say a few basic things that everyone agrees with, and then their audience suddenly thinks they're a genius. I mean, everyone has seen this with Alex Jones, right? You have modern philosopher Joe Rogan
Right, Andrew
seemingly
Tate is
saying
so
that he
much.
predicts everything.
Alex is
Oh,
right
Grandma called it.
about
Okay,
far
Grandma
more
Sherry
than he's
called
wrong.
it.
When in reality, Alex Jones is predicting everything sort of all the time. So of course he's going to be right some of the time. And it's sort of the same with Tate. He says so much. Like in one segment, he'll say something outlandish like men should be able to cheat on women, but it doesn't work the other way around because that's disgusting.
Let's not pretend that male loyalty and female loyalty are the same thing.
But loyalty is loyalty.
But they're not the same thing, are they? However, I would not see my infidelity as nearly anywhere near even 1% as disgusting as female infidelity.
And he knows that's going to get him clicks and piss people off. But then we'll say in a segment right after, oh, I believe in true love between a man and a woman. I believe there should be more love.
I think relationships are a beautiful thing. I think that the synergy between men and women.
You
are
hear this a
beautiful
lot.
thing.
He
They
does
are
this a lot.
Correctly collaborated. I think that that's what makes society function. I think that's what makes the world function. I think that men and women falling in love and having children and having families are very, very beautiful things.
Well, who doesn't agree with that? And he'll talk to like men's issues. He'll talk about how lonely men are.
Most men are absolutely and utterly invisible. This is the truth about masculinity, right? It's very easy for women to sit here and complain about the top 2% of men because I dealt with this guy, he's arrogant, blah, 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 blah. Most men don't even fucking exist. They send 10,000 DMs and never even get read, let alone replied to.
And so this makes it so that the many people who are trying to say, Andrew's just crazy, they don't see the full con that he's running because the crazy is only half of the game. Because eventually people hear the other half, the basic stuff that's obvious, and go, well, he's not totally crazy. And people just eventually kind of go down the Tate rabbit hole where they think, maybe I can leave the Matrix and get girls, jets, and Bugattis. Maybe I just need to become financially free. How do I do it? Who's looking out for me? And that's where Hustleversity enters the picture. And look, I know we just covered a lot, right? But to understand this next part, to understand Hustleversity, it requires a deep understanding of Andrew Tate's appeal. So we can see why Hustleversity is on the one hand so popular,
So cringe.
despite being so bad. Because otherwise, this whole video is anticlimactic and confusing. Because when I first joined Hustleversity, I thought it's got to be
Thank you for
different,
joining.
right?
Coffee
To
Salad.
have
Thank
this
you for
many
joining
people
so we don't
paying
have
every
to.
month, they have to have things that you just can't learn for free, right? Wrong. Once again, I'm disappointed because I joined this month and have been going through the classes, which is basically all of the same boring topics all of these guys teach about making money. It's all the most surface level stuff. He assigns a so-called professor to each skill, and all of this all takes place inside of Discord servers. And so in these chat rooms where your instructors have a fraction of the charisma of Tate, you're supposed to commit yourself to these skill sets, which are super surface level because, of course, this all appeals to the lowest common denominator men who think answers can come from TikTok videos. And this is where it starts to hit you as you're scrolling through Discord threads, that this kind of was all a big bait and switch. I mean, think about it. You've been told you're going to escape the Matrix. You're going to take the red pill. But what you end up doing in this course is sort of learning how to run an Amazon side hustle for Jeff Bezos. Like, no offense, you're not breaking the Matrix. You work for the richest guy in the world. Like, imagine Morpheus gives Neo the red pill and says, hey, have you ever day traded before? It doesn't stop there either. Like, you've been told you're going to be rich, right?
I guarantee you will make money with this system. Hold on tight. We're about to get rich.
But Hustlers University sort of changes the rules and definitions once you're inside. Like, they have this cash quadrant of time and cash where you're either time poor or cash poor, time rich, cash poor, cash rich, time poor. You get the idea. And what they define cash rich as is very telling. They define it as having $5,000, which by that definition, guys, I'm proud to say I'm cash rich. Now, guys, look, having $5,000 is great, but you ain't rich, right? The lifestyle we've been sold on here is exotic Bugattis, not extra Starbucks biscottis. I mean,
Rhymes.
am I crazy here?
Right.
Like, I feel like most people who join this Discord want olive Lamborghinis, and they're sort of getting Olive Garden fettuccine. This weird
That
disconnect
kind of made me
is
hungry, to
everything,
be honest with you.
where Andrew Tate is practically screaming how great Hustlers University is on the one hand.
Hustlers University is the greatest thing that exists on the face of the planet for people who are trying to escape the Matrix.
And yet, if you look at their own success screenshots that they provide, their students are getting at best like very part-time income. Like there's screenshots of $400 a month, maybe $2,000 a month. And those are the examples they chose, which I'm not knocking the people who are doing this, like good for them. But unless you consider being cash rich, having $5,000 total in your bank account, then this course doesn't seem to be getting people rich. It just teaches lost guys extremely basic skills that are free to learn, but charges them $50 a month for it so they can feel like they're escaping the Matrix by working for Jeff Bezos. And this all brings us kind of back to the real reason for the success of Hustlers University, which is, of course, Tate himself. But the irony is that once you join the university, you barely see Tate at all. He claims to be teaching the secrets to modern wealth creation, but the reality is, from what I saw, he was too busy marketing to actually be present.
Yeah,
in
so
the
you're
Discord.
basically paying for
Instead,
a Tate course,
you
and
just
he's
had all
not even
these
there.
Random people teaching you like e-commerce or freelancing or copywriting and investing. And this is kind of one of the reasons that I struggled to get good screenshots to show you guys from inside the course, because it was so boring and bland. And that's why I decided to finally cancel my plans to become cash rich. And that's when I found out about the last trick Tate uses to get you to stay.
Anyone who messes this up, annoys a professor, doesn't renew their subscription, their card cancels, anything stupid, then you're going to regret it for a very long time, because there's simply nowhere else to go.
That's right. They tell you there's nowhere else to go besides Hustlers University. This is the only place where you're going to learn not to be broke. And even the people who want to be part of it and simply don't have the money, Tate has told them that there's no second chances. They're going to go back in the Matrix if they miss a single payment.
I had to unsubscribe to get my mother a birthday present, but I resubscribed the next month. I don't believe that. I don't believe you. And I also think if you were a member of Hustlers University for a month and you didn't make enough money to buy your mother a birthday present, you f***ed up. So you're probably going to end up kicked out.
Like, their two responses are, that's not true, and even if it is, it's your fault anyways, which I find amazing. It couldn't be the program, right, guys? And you have to understand that for the people actually in the course, they're like deathly afraid of missing a payment, because they've been told that if they do, guess where they're going? That's right, straight back in the Matrix. In jail, they call it.
And you'll see we have people in jail. So people who don't renew, we don't kick you out. We put you in the jail, and you sit there in your cell, and you have no access to the money-making information, and we just flood you with all the endless wins. Every time someone wins, we show you.
I mean, Andrew Tate hasn't reinvented anything. He's just doing it more successfully than a lot of fake gurus have in a while. But the result is the same as ever, where the real person getting
go to
rich,
jail in this server.
truly
Sounds like
rich,
it's going to be
is
fun.
Andrew
to
Tate.
Do not pay $50 for that.
No, I'm saying like it probably would be fun to be in jail, not the course. Like, imagine everyone that just unsubscribed and is just in this jail, just talking shit about Hustling University.
It's just so it's just so stupid.
Just like imagine like 15,000 people in jail, and they're all just like, "Fuck you, Andrew Tate," and they just like say like cursing. Maybe that's where the death threats are coming from. Maybe that's where the 5,000 death threats are coming from. The people he put in jail.
Just his whole, and this is the shitty part, because some people can sit back and be like, "Well, he's making millions." And I'm kind of like, he's making millions off of stupid, weak people.
Oh my god.
That's
so.
sad.
Let's go to his book. We're gonna look at one of his books. We're gonna look at Tales of Wudon.
Wait, which?
Here's Tales of Wudon. So he made a fiction book. It's called Tales of Wudon, where he's the main character. In his last reincarnation, he was a guy who lived on Wudong Mountain for 5,000 years.
Yeah,
You ready?
I'm not reading it.
I'm reading it. Tales of Wudong. You can show the picture. Priest Master Shi Yan Wu was teaching me in the garden. Quote, you must purify your thoughts. When you think of rain, you must only see rain. Not the trees it lands on, or the clouds it comes from. End quote. And he instructed. I was sitting in lotus position. I nodded. Quote, I bet you have never had a pure thought in your life, have you? End quote. He began to rant. Quote, how can you expect to master Wudong if you cannot give your whole mind to anything? End quote. He stood up and pulled a thin, flexible branch from underneath his robe. Quote, I will show you I will show you how to dedicate your mind to single thoughts. End quote. He said. I heard it whistle through the air as it struck the top of my head. With a crack of a whip, the blood being poured down my face as the branch had broken the skin in perfectly straight line, as if a knife had been run along the top of my skull. The pain was unbearable. I couldn't retain focus. I grabbed my head and began to scream in agony. Quote, your first pure thought, pain. End quote, he mused. You are Zen Master. What did you think of that so far?
I really don't want to read this. I really don't. Like, this is so stupid. He was birthed from a mountain. Yeah, he really does think this.
Okay, next part. Tales of Wudong, Part 2. I didn't buy the book. I just read the thing. I'm not going to buy this book. On my last night on top Wudong, Master Po and I sat on top, the largest rock, and we sat together with our eyes closed. 42 breaths per minute, in perfect sync. Such was the way of Wudong. At 3 a.m., when the night was darkest, I opened my eyes and saw Master Po staring at the moon. Tears streamed down his face. His breathing pattern hadn't broken. Quote, why are you crying? End quote, I asked. And he didn't reply. I turned my head to look at the moon and cried with him. It was, at this point, Takashaka, or whatever, was mastered. I don't know, what the fuck? Takashika,
I don't know what that is.
Tale of Wudong. In the year 456, on top of Wudong Mountain, a fierce storm struck. I was asleep alone in my room when I was awoken by the crack of lightning, which tore a small storage room in half. The high winds whistled throughout the compound, and although no one would dare leave their room, for fear of Master Po's punishment, everyone was awake. The following morning at 5 a.m., I left for exercise as usual. The rain cleared, and the devastation was obvious. The temple was damaged badly. Master Po arose as usual cheerful and came out to greet us as we stood crane position. Quote, excuse my happy mood, end quote, he began. Open quote, but I have no concern for work you will have to do to prepare this temple. I am very happy for all the water we now have to drink. Students can give me work. But they cannot give me water. End quote, he mused. This master is kind of a prick. But anyway, that's just my comment. And also, do you notice he's not even Chinese in this? He's just like, he looks American.
He looks like Luke Perry cartoon.
Yeah, with a very big head.
Yeah.
He was standing in the stairs above us, looking straight ahead into the empty sky, waiting for a reply of some kind from someone. The temple was many thousands of years old, and none of us were skilled craftsmen. So I began to speak, but, quote, Master, We don't know how to put the temple back together, I asked respectfully. He slowly descended the stairs, still looking straight ahead, and he stood in front of me for several seconds before leaning forward and whispered in my ear. Okay, a little creepy. Quote, "Do you know my name?" he whispered. Slightly confused, very scared, I answered, "Yes." And with his mouth still an inch from my ear, he continued, "Take me to the bed." No, that was me.
Right, something has to pick up here. And yeah, in the bushes. I have no idea why we're being tormented. This is horrible. This is so horrible. I don't know. I don't understand how something can be so horrible and so boring at the same time. Like, usually a train wreck is good to watch and it's a little entertaining, but this is just horrible.
Okay, we'll jump to 1,000 years on top of Wudang Mountain. Okay,
Which
for
one
the
is
first
that one?
just the last one. Tales of Wudang. For the first 1,000 years on top of Wudang Mountain, I was tasked with fetching water from the stream at its base. The walk would take many days to occasionally Master Poe would accompany me and ask me questions about Zen. This particular night, as we approached the stream, stood the most beautiful girl I've ever seen, and she was standing unable to cross a puddle of mud in fear of staining her pearl silk robe. I was always warned to stay away from beautiful women. They distract you from your inner rage. They tame your soul with sparkling eyes, and it is impossible to be completely lethal when indulging in their beauty. Man, he sounds like a fucking edgy 15-year-old or some shit with his fucking writing. Therefore, for the next 4,000 years of training, wait, we jumped to 4,000 years? 4,000 years of training, I would never feel a woman's touch. So he was a virgin for 4,000 years? And kind of explains his next life a little bit.
Right.
You know, he's like the super incel now, so maybe that's because he had 4,000 years of never getting laid. So he's like Omega incel. You know, he's like that type of shit. As the Supreme Grand Master of
Wait,
Wudang.
hold on real quick. They're begging us to stop. Is this what you've been doing for 2 hours? No, this has only been like 10 minutes, and I'm getting like.
Okay, we can stop. We can stop the tales of Wudang.
It's just, but if you read the bottom area, it says from the artist. Obviously Tate wrote this crap. And an artist, you know, he was being paid for it, so don't give no shame to the artist. And it says on the bottom, collaboration with story writer Tate Shockey. Notice how it says Tate. Tales of Wudang are fantasy memoirs of a fighter, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate's, Cobra Tate on Twitter. Martial arts training under Master Po atop of Wudang Mountain in ancient China.
Yeah, you notice his writing sucks so badly. He's like, I got the rage in my soul. Women will stop my rage of training. I'm like, bro, this is what a 15-year-old edgy teen would say when they're writing their main character of their isekai or their fucking novel. You know, holy shit. It's like this guy's never grown up and never, what the fuck is wrong with him?
I mean, it's always cool to, you doesn't matter how old or young you are, it's kind of cool to make like a comic type anime manga type of thing, but at least have a story. The artwork is cool. I get it. That's okay. I cannot shame the artwork, but the story is just horrible. The story is horrible.
We're gonna look at more Tate's great work. We have a little more time. A woman actually sadly had to read this book. And she saved me from actually reading this horrible book. So we're going to just watch her review. We're going to just cut to the hour and a half. Instead of just watching it, we're just going to jump to the interesting parts, she basically says. So we're going to jump to... I just sent you the link.
Maybe just have to be in a certain mindset to appreciate it. I can appreciate the art, but I don't think I can ever appreciate anything that this man has to say, whether it be fictional or not.
As a person who reads light novels from China, translated light novels from China, I've read hundreds, okay? Not hundreds, maybe 100. I'm going to say 100. This is horrible writing. This is so bad, it's not even funny. It's not a cultivation novel. It's not good at all. It's terrible. It's like something I would write. I couldn't write this bad. I think no one could write this bad.
Dude,
this is
you have
horrible.
You have better. Yeah, I know Belial's writing. He does a lot better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You could make money. I don't know how Tate could get away with that. Like, that's embarrassing what he just wrote.
I don't know. I don't know. So let's go to 20 minutes and 46 seconds. How to be manly man.
20 minutes and 42 seconds?
Yeah. We're going to listen to how he write to be a manly man. When you're ready, we'll start.
Okay, hold on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I got to 20 minutes and 44 seconds. It's not letting me do the exact
All right, no
time.
problem. Let's play it.
Holy crap, B-Tim has many skills. No, he does. He's really good at fantasy-type scenarios. It's absolutely. Okay, 20 minutes and 46 seconds, and pressing play now.
So, we all know that Andrew thinks real men should be traditionally manly.
Oh
and
yeah,
that it's
this is
only one way
Rachel
to do
Oates'
that.
video.
But
Credit goes to
what is
her.
it? Well, apparently it starts with something very important. Not cooking. I'm not even joking. This is absolutely ridiculous. He goes on a several page long rant about how real men don't cook. And again, it just screams insecurity, but this time also immaturity. It feels like it should be satire. It really, really does. But somehow it isn't. It's so
Yeah, you get the name right,
weird.
Karmic.
So he tells us about this friend from school he was hanging out with, and then the friend says to him, "Anyway, I'm hungry. You want something to eat?" Perfectly normal thing to ask a
Yeah,
friend you've got around
normal.
at your house, right? But yeah, mate, you want something to eat? Not for Andrew Tate. He says, I was like, nah, I'm fine, bro. So then he gets his ass up, a full-grown man, and he starts to cook himself something to eat. Now I know what you amateurs think. What's the problem? This guy's just making some food. But amateurs don't understand the world, because amateurs do not analyze the world as a professional, which is what I am. I was analysing the action of this individual, and I completely understood why he will remain poor for eternity. If you're broke, if you're not a millionaire, the last thing you should be doing with your time is cooking. This is my Andrew Tate impression. I'm just trying to be douchey.
Cooking's saving you money.
I can't think of a lower return on investment activity than walking to the fridge, getting out some ingredients, and ooh, an onion. Oh, look at the onion. I'm gonna start cooking onion and some lettuce. And I get my knife, cut the onion. You're broke. You're fucking poor. You can get a rotisserie chicken for $5. Boom, chicken, bang, eat, bang, back to work.
This is financial advice, guys.
Oh my
Oh
god,
my
yes,
God.
Andrew, because everyone wants to spend their life eating plain roast chicken and nothing else. Does it not cross his mind that some people, and I know this is a crazy thought, some people enjoy cooking?
Yeah.
They actually
I-
find it quite fun. Some people enjoy eating nice food. Some people enjoy the process of cooking a meal with another person, for another person, for themselves.
Heaven forbid you do
It's
that.
self-care
Right.
for some people. Not everything has to be about, yeah, bro, but like, how much money can I make from this? It's such a bizarre.
Like, he really does sound like an edgy teenager, like he's never grown up.
No, he's never
If
grown
you're
up.
broke,
His mother
there
must be
is
so
zero
proud.
reason why you should ever prepare a meal. If you're a multimillionaire and you're a boring one, not a fun one like me driving fast cars, and you have all the time because you're rich and you want to cook, sure, waste your time. But if you're not a multimillionaire, your time is extremely important as a man. It needs to be dedicated towards
So
world
spend
conquest.
money while you're not making
There's
money.
no
Okay, I
need to
get
prepare
it.
food.
Yeah.
Either order something which can be done very cheaply and very helpfully, like chicken with a bag of salad for $5, or
That's not
instruct
how much it
your
costs.
child
$5.
to provide sustenance.
That's not. A rotisserie is like
and
$7.
get back to world conquest.
Stop it for a moment. Stop it.
I'm pausing it. That's so stupid. He doesn't. I think he's so rich that he doesn't understand prices anymore. If you're somebody who wants to make money and to save money, you eat what's in the house. That's it. You don't go out and you get prepared meals. Prepared meals are usually double the money it is than to cook. He's being an idiot. He's being counterproductive.
Yeah, but also it's like he sounds like an edgy kid where it's like, yo, I don't want to cook food. I'm like, bro, how are you going to survive if like anything, like he talks about jumping off the Matrix and all this shit, you know, like the usual conspiracy bullshit, like, you know, I'm going to gain my independence in the Matrix. Bro, you don't know how to camp? You don't know how to cook for yourself? How the fuck are you going to survive if like suddenly the electrical power system goes down? How the fuck are you going to make a tent? How are you going to cook your food? How are you going to start a fire? Do you know any of these things? No, you're going to die. How are you going to purify your water? Do you know how to use sand and coal to purify your water if you do not have I mean, like...
He thinks he can pay other people to do it, and that's what he finds value. I think if you're a man and you have to pay other people to do things, then you're not really a man.
Yeah, I mean, like, if the world really goes off the grid, like, let's say electrical grid goes down and money is worthless... Money is worthless at that point. The only thing that would be value is supplies and bullets, okay? And you have none of those. You have a machete. You will be instantly killed, and they will take your Bugatti from your driveway and drive away while they grab an AR-15. It's like, you're so stupid. You don't know anything. It's like you're preaching to survivalists, and you have no means of survival. You don't even know how to cook yourself a meal.
I really think he just says things to get a rise, and it works, because now we're talking about him.
Yeah, it's true. We're not really talking about him positively, though.
No, it doesn't matter if you're positive or not. We're still giving him an algorithm.
Yeah, I mean, also his financial advice sucks. I mean, like, I heard someone actually took his crypto course and lost all his money when he just, as a test. Someone took his stock options trading course and lost their money. Like, if you ever do, I mean, I've done options trading, I've made money, and I've lost money. I can tell you this much. Option is a very risky thing to do, and you can easily lose your ass on it if you're not careful with it. Or you can make a lot of money very quickly, or a little bit of money. It just depends on your threshold. But it's like something you really should study and not learn from a Discord server. It's something you can really lose all your money in, and it can really suck when you lose your money on it. Because at least if like a stock goes down, you still own the stock. With options trading, you're just like, you have the options to buy the stock, and that means like if it doesn't meet the price that you want, if you're hoping for it to go up or down, then you basically just lost your money and you're completely fucked. Cryptocurrency is a little bit like that. If you just put into like a shitty crypto, that's basically like, you know, one of those meme cryptos or something like that, it will be worth less than nothing, and you will never get your return back. So it's like you're getting advice from people giving you very risky trades and stupidity.
I wouldn't trust anybody with sunglasses that smokes a cigar with a open shirt.
Yeah, I don't trust any person with my financial advice if he drives a Bugatti or like a Lamborghini, because that means he's made more money getting clients than he actually did making the money. Think about this much, how big of a loser Andrew Tate is. He had a bunch of cryptocurrency at $3,000 a coin. If he would have not done all these stupid shit that he's done and just kept his money in the cryptocurrency and sold it at the high of $50,000, he would be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hundreds and hundreds of millions. Hundreds of millions of millions of dollars, okay? He would be so rich he would have not had to done nothing. Nothing! So it's like this guy is talking about hustling and all this stuff, and it doesn't make sense. The truth of the matter is that he did the most scummiest thing you could do. He was a pimp. He took advantage of naive girls that believed they loved him, that they believed they were going to build a future with him, and then he proceeded to use them so he could make money and scam older men who also believed that these women would be with him. Then he proceeds to have cryptocurrency at the right opportune time because he was using it for nefarious reasons to boost his life. And then he basically had to run to Romania because he had to leave the chat thing, and now he's and he tried to open up a casino. That failed because COVID. And then now he's got an OnlyFans account where he's basically doing the goddamn same thing, where he's basically taking accounts from naive young women that think they actually need this piece of shit and his brother. And they're also like now making money from naive young men who don't realize that they could just simply take that $50, get a gym membership, get a book, like a regular book. Become interesting, motherfucker. Don't think you're going to become interesting by watching YouTube videos and joining a Discord server. Do something. Anything. Play basketball. play soccer, go into archery, hiking, anything, and then get into a gym and work out, and then you go to places to meet women, and you're going to suffer rejection, like everything in life. Life is just rejection. Eventually a yes will come, and that's it. And treat women fairly, equally. Don't think women have, you're obligated to sex because you paid her for a fucking meal. That is lunacy, okay? That is lunacy. So they're learning everything wrong from this guy, and it's really sad that there's 120,000 men who are paying $50 to this idiot.
I don't get it. Like, I get it, but I just don't understand. Women needs... There's so that's the thing too. That's what's really getting me the most, is that there's broken men out there that believe him, that are preying on broken women who will smile and nod. And I hope one day they find their worth and tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think it's working, because these men are still like, why? Like, if you have a successful product that actually makes these men have women and wives and has all this money, why are there still 120,000 people in your Discord server? That means they have not succeeded in their ability to get these things, and also is now still paying. It's like you create a problem and you don't have a solution to solve, but you make money from the problem. Once the problem is solved, then there is no point to your product. Let's jump to the last part, which is Andrew versus depression. Now, this guy doesn't believe in depression. He doesn't believe you should take medication for depression. He doesn't believe... We're going to listen to what he says. So let's continue with that.
Hold on.
Facebook
and YouTube had big updates, so things are... Andrew hates... What is it called?
It's at... it's the same video, and it's just go to 3211.
Okay, yeah, Andrew versus depression. That's what I was looking at, the timestamp. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, pressing play now.
And while we're on this topic, this feels like a really good point to bring in Andrew's views and statements about mental health issues, specifically depression. This section might be really hard for some people to hear, so just bear that in mind. Now, if you do want a man who writes in a really respectful and helpful and relatable way around depression and anxiety, then I thoroughly recommend the writings of Matt Haig. His books like Notes on a Nervous Planet and Reasons to Stay Alive really helped me through a lot of stuff. His work is excellent, his writing style is excellent. And I also recommend, if you are feeling depressed or have any mental health issues, stay as far away as possible from Andrew Tate. I think that's going to be your first step to helping yourself. But Andrew writes in his book, "My most famous tweet, when I said depression wasn't real, and I had a list of celebrities. I had the girl from Game of Thrones. I had fucking literally a list of guys. I argued with all these people, and everyone told me how dangerous my mind was, and that it's dangerous to believe you can control your own mind." Do you see what I mean about this reading like incoherent rambling? Nothing here makes grammatical sense. He can't even finish a thought before he's jumped onto something else.
He really sucks at writing.
Depression is not a thing anymore. Feeling depressed is real. You can be depressed with your situation. I just told you, number 2, get depressed. That's fine. But believing you can fix it yourself is the important key. Sitting there believing that depression is some monster from the sky that strikes your brain and now you have no control over your life and you must take pills every day is the absolute enemy to a G mindset. I have to disagree with him. I would argue that when you take steps to make yourself feel better, like taking medication you need to help with an actual chemical imbalance in your brain, or seeking out therapy or some help like that, that is taking control of your life. Admitting you have an issue like depression and seeking help for it is taking control. It is something to be commended. It's not something to be belittled. I completely disagree with Andrew here. And then he goes on to be so incredibly disrespectful, and honestly, I believe this kind of talk does far more harm than good. You can't just shame ill people into feeling better because you don't understand what they're going through. He says, "I refuse to collapse mentally and give up. I will know the only person who controls my mind is me. Nobody's going to save me. No doctor with a pill is going to save me. Depression isn't real. Depression is a state of mind designed to motivate you to find a life that doesn't depress you any further. That's all it is. Now you have to decide. Are you man enough to go and get it done, or will you sit around and cry? I tell you something. You're not depressed. You're a coward. Definitely does more harm than good. You're desperately trying to defend this crippling ailment you have. When I tell you depression isn't real, you message me pages and pages desperate to convince me I'm wrong, that depression is a real thing and your life is terrible and this ailment has destroyed your life. You're desperate to defend your excuse. If depression was really terrible, you wouldn't want to defend it. See what I mean? He doesn't understand it. Replace depression with cancer and see how ridiculous this sounds. I tell you, cancer isn't real. If cancer was really terrible, you wouldn't want to defend it. Just because people are telling you something exists, that doesn't mean they like it, and that doesn't mean it isn't an awful experience for them. No one likes cancer, but they're still going to tell you, hey, cancer exists and I have it.
You're
It's
right,
not an
super
excuse.
duper.
They're just telling you what's wrong with them, and then seeking out the correct treatment for them. And then, and this is the worst part, he says of people who commit suicide, if my kid did that, I'd be pissed. What a fucking moron. I wouldn't even give him a funeral. I just think it's ultimately selfish. I think it's super, super selfish. And I think that may be one of the most disgusting
that's
things
pretty
I've read.
fucked. Let's stop it there.
That's gonna haunt him. He has kids. And depression is... See, that's the thing. He's only looking at it like somebody being upset about their life. Depression is kind of like, I hate to use this, but it's kind of like a spectrum. My depression is not going to be like your depression. Or my moments are not going to be like, you know, her moments. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. And for one person to be like, get the fuck over it, it's kind of like, you don't understand. And don't sit there and pretend that you fucking understand, because that's even more insulting.
Well, he thinks you could just, like, focus your mind over it and hustle through your adversities. And
yeah,
it's like,
money's
bro,
not going to help my depression, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's like he doesn't understand that I've seen multi-millionaires who have depression. I've seen poor people have depression. It depends on a chemical imbalance. It depends on certain circumstances in our lives. It depends sometimes on, like, well, a relative died, and it just fucks you up for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely like a sociopathic thought process this person has. And this is a person people are trusting for advice on relationships with women.
Douchebags.
Like the sociopathic thought process. It's terrible.
It's douchebags. It's the same guys that go and play Warzone and fucking Call of Duty and Battlefield and stuff, and they're 35 at home, their kids are crying in the background, and they're bitching at their wife while they're playing video games. It's those typical type of douchebag guys. I believe it, 110%.
I mean, like, we can go through, we're running out of time, but there's other things. He has the COVID conspiracy part, real men break rules.
Well, I kind of figured, since he's a Trump supporter, there would be a COVID conspiracy, so that's already, like, self-explanatory there.
Andrew Tate on money, which we already went through, which is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew hates women, which we already went through.
Oh yeah, clearly.
And we should all have children. Yeah, Andrew.
He's probably the guy who gets shot in one of those FPS games, and he blames that fucking campers. No.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I don't play FPS games anymore, like Call of Duty and shit, because I just, the mentality in those men. It's either men that went to war and fucking loved it because they're sick in the head, and it wasn't because they loved it because they were fighting for their country. It's because they crave violence, and it's or it's either that men who could never make it into the military, so they live throughout a video game, and they're complete douchebags. Like I promise you.
Well, I think, like, those games, if we're jumping into games, I don't play FPS games because I just get bored with them. I like RPGs, but I just thought those games were just for younger kids, just play with each other.
There's a lot of men who like.
I remember we used to have, like, Xbox, like the Halo parties where we just we would have, like, 16 friends, and we'd get 4 Xboxes, and we would do, like, a Halo rocket game or something.
Oh yeah,
like that,
we used to do that with Call of Duty, but the thing is, though, we're 30, 37, 38. We're older now. I don't want to play a game where there's a 12-year-old douchebag kid calling me a douche and, you know, saying a horrible thing. That's the thing. It's a toxic environment, and it's all guys.
Yeah, but I just want to reply, Feeling Super Duper says, depression is so multifaceted, and it's pure arrogance to believe that you can lead us all to an answer. And it is. It's basically, it's something people, I mean, if it could be just solved with you thinking about it, it would have been solved years ago. There wouldn't be a multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical business working. There wouldn't be a bunch of therapists. I mean, it's something that affects everyone, from rich to poor to anyone.
It's
And it
one
depends on-
thing that people don't have control of in their life. They can kind of control it with proper help.
Yeah.
But depression just doesn't go away. It just gets better when you deal with it.
So, I guess we can basically, go through our final thoughts on this thing and our basically before we close it out. What do you think? Do you think he's a scammer, a piece of shit scammer, or do you think he's just
I don't even.
misunderstood?
Well, here's the thing. I don't care about the money he's making. I really don't. I don't care about the scams, the grifting. I don't care about that. What I care about is that he's spawning other little Tates everywhere. And that's what I care about because, you know,
But do you think
it's
these
hateful.
people are? But do you think these people are victims of basically
No,
being based?
that's
no,
their
but-
true nature, and they just needed someone to validate it for them, just like Trump supporters. Their
But do you
true
think those
nature is
people-
that they just needed somebody to be a spokesperson.
I mean, I kind of get what you're saying because I kind of see it. Like we even see it in YouTube. Like we watch. I'm going to use a real world example here. Jim Terry. I see all these people watching Jim Terry. I see all these people supporting Jim Terry. I see all these people supporting Ryan, and they don't think for themselves and they just jump for this personality. And no matter what proof and evidence you show them, no matter how much you try to explain to them and try to meet them halfway, and you try to they will never change their fucking minds, no matter what you do. And it's so frustrating to deal with people like that. So I guess that's probably your thought process and the people that follow Andrew Tate.
100%. I definitely do. I think these people, with or without Andrew Tate, are going to be horrible people to women, period, in their own way. It's just that Andrew Tate validates them, and they're like, yeah, this guy gets it, and he's rich, and he's
Or he says-
powerful. So and it's just going to antagonize a problem that we've had in this country for hundreds of years against women, and I think it's fucking horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that's the situation with these bird personalities. And let's just talk about like a moment about his ban. A lot of people are saying that this ban is like stopping of free speech and all that stuff. If you go by like how YouTube and not Facebook, but Instagram and Facebook, how they make money is advertisement. And I'm in the opinion of you could have freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech exists. And you could say like, well, this is an open forum, it's a public forum that anyone can speak. But if you think about it, I remember I was watching an old lawyer kind of going through an Andrew Tate video. And he basically said, he compared it to TV. He says in TV, you have all these regulations, you can't do this, you can't do that, you'll be fined. And I think like if you have a company that basically is advertising and is trying to trying to advertise to make money from it, and you got a guy saying depression's not real and women are properties and you got him whipping women and all this stuff, how is that good for your business? How is that good for your bottom line? And also, the guy also said, listen, you do not have the right to a social media account. It's not a right. And that's what he basically said. Now, maybe in the future we can have the right to have a certain forum to speak in, maybe. But as it states now, you just don't have a right to just say and defame and attack people and basically say the most horrible shit online. Because at the end of the day, it's a business, and a business needs to make money. And if basically you're costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars because you're saying some terrible fucking shit, then the business has a right to kick you the fuck off. And if you feel like you want, it's not going to stop you from creating your own platform. He can easily just buy a website like he did with Hustlers University and just simply get people there. He's just mad that he's being kicked from ease of access to more and more people to bring to his business. That's my thought process on it. Do I like the fact, I also think like a lot of these businesses like Facebook and YouTube have they have a section they work off like the news press type of deal. But even the news press will actually verify stories and go through certain things. I think we're just in a very, very interesting time in history where it's like in between when TV was like the radio and everything is just, and TV was being regulated and, the internet's going to be regulated when it comes to YouTube and all these other things. But what's your thoughts on that?
It's common sense. I always hated people who were like, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Oh my God, Facebook, they're saying this, they're doing this, and shut up. Get your own fucking platform then. Go to GoDaddy.com and make your own little platform and do your thing. All of us as content creators, whether it be on Facebook content, YouTube, Twitter, we're using their product to advertise for ourselves. We follow a list of rules. It's their TOS. If you do not want to follow said TOS, then fuck off. Simple as that. It's common sense. Don't be a little bitch about it and whine, Instagram kicked me off. Well, because you were a douchebag. You didn't follow the rules. And just like Trump, Twitter kicked me off. Well, you were spreading misinformation and doing mass hysteria to your supporters, and there was a riot, and you didn't follow the rules. Go make your own platform, which he did, didn't he?
Yeah, he basically did. And that's my thought process. And
So
that's
if you can't follow the fucking rules, get the fuck out of here. Don't cry about it, bitch. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You want to be such a man? Shut the fuck up. You got kicked off fucking Instagram. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, and my thought process is that the business has a right to kick you if you're just basically doing that shit.
Absolutely.
Is it dangerous? Could they, stop other people from speaking? You know what?
It doesn't matter. Make your own platform.
Yeah, I know. It gets to that point, but I don't think Andrew Tate is actually doing good. I think he should be banned because what he's doing is basically the company doesn't want to deal with it. These companies just don't want to deal with the craziness that this guy's doing. And he's willing to say anything or do anything to get his money. And also, I mean, like, I didn't show one clip where he literally said that is it considered murder if I hire someone to kill someone?
Yeah.
I mean, he's claiming, I saw one clip where he said he beat men to death in the arena to the point where they couldn't get up. This is a violent man who's working with the Romanian mafia, basically, and who's tricking young men to buy his course. It's fucked up.
That's what I'm saying. It's a virus. You're spreading a virus, and you're infecting. And most of them are probably young minds too.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Tate.
Yeah. Sad. It's sad that young men are believing this. I think it's a failure of society that this guy is literally fucking with these men's minds, and there's going to be men that's going to believe this bullshit, and it's not good.
He's never going to be happy. He doesn't sound happy.
Yeah.
He's
but
not
anyway.
Happy. But that's his own doing. That's your own karma there.
Yeah. But anyway, I just want to mention one thing that's off because we're done with the Andrew Tate part.
Go ahead.
I noticed that fucking Jim Terry made a T-shirt of Queen Bee. I think she should. He likes making T-shirts, Tony, of YouTubers and putting them on their faces. She should sue him. It's basically infringing on intellectual property. It's considered she did not get permission to put her image. It can be easily confused, and she could sue him.
When did this happen?
This happened 2 days ago. Salty Pancakes allowed him on his show to show an image of Queen Bee, which I don't like. The Salty Pancakes, I was very neutral on. I didn't watch his channel because he kept on putting Jim on, and now he's inviting Jim to show images of.
I thought they were
YouTubers.
having a fight because Jim Terry said something horrible about his kid.
No, they're friends now, and also he's friendly with Tyler now. He's friends with Tyler, who's basically the guy he yelled at about him having Jim on his channel. So now Salty Pancakes is friend with Tyler, and he's friends with Jim, and it makes people who actually stood up for him and actually look like complete fucking fools. You know?
When am I gonna get my face on a T-shirt?
You don't want your face on a T-shirt. But you can sue him.
I mean,
you can sue him if he does that. By the way, we can easily sue him. I'll pay for the lawsuit if he does that. I'll absolutely pay for it. I'll be like, listen, you're infringing on intellectual property. This is there's case law. I sent case law to Queen Bee actually, through a friend. So if she wants to look up case law and maybe get a lawyer, sue his ass to get her image removed, I would suggest that.
How triggered of a human being do you have to be to actually get someone's picture and put it and pay to put it on the T-shirt?
Yeah, with the YouTuber's name on it.
Are you have to pay?
Yeah, with the YouTuber image on there as well, which could easily be considered confusing the brands.
Yeah.
And it's an easy intellectual property thing, infringing an intellectual property case. Very easy. Okay, it would be a slam dunk for a lawyer to actually win that case. I don't watch. I hope people sue. Yeah, I don't watch Salty. I don't like how Salty Pancakes is cozying up to. And I'm just saying because we're done with Andrew Tate. Now this is my opinion. I don't like how he's cozying up to fucking Jim, basically, it kind of annoys the shit out of me, to be honest with you.
After the things that he claims that Jim has said about his children, I kind of like, why would you allow that back into your atmosphere?
Yeah, and this is a guy Jim doesn't give two shits about, like the missing person. He said in his own words that he doesn't even watch a missing person. He only watches streams about himself. So he doesn't care. So why invite him on a case about Dylan Rounds when he doesn't give two shits about Dylan Rounds? He doesn't care about the family. He only cares about money. And it disgusts me that these YouTuber communities all like let them on. And it really pissed me off. It just really does piss me off. I really don't like that.
Hey, Jasmine, in the bushes, says that's not triggered. It is sick, but it seems like when he gets mad at a YouTuber, doesn't matter who, he wants their picture and puts it on like a t-shirt.
Yeah, and I don't like how Salty Pancakes is fucking. And, I that was last when I saw what he did to Queen Bee. That was the fucking straw that broke the back. Because I'm like saying, you fucking what? You know what I mean? Like, where's the fucking loyalty? I'm going on a rant here. Where's your fucking loyalty at all to your friends that you supposedly had? If someone did that to my friend, let's say someone did that to even like someone I was remotely knew, I'd be pissed off. To be honest with you, if someone did that to Tony, I'd fucking never talk to that person again. I would fucking be like, do you want to sue him? Do you want to do a GoFundMe to sue this piece of shit?
I would do the same thing. When I make a friendship with somebody, I'm ride or die. That's why I don't really connect with a lot of people like on that level. Like how Jim has everybody on his show. I want to connect with somebody because I want, I'm ride or die for my supporters. Don't get me wrong. Like Grandma Karmic and that, like you guys are really good people. But don't fuck with my people. Just don't. There's nothing in this world. Not unless they did something. If I was to go dock somebody behind Belial's back, I want Belial to fuck me up. Fuck me. That's the best friend you could ever have. Is someone who can cheer you on, but also tell you when you fucked up.
Yeah, and then it says, oh my, yes, I did yesterday. I made a pause and hope Salty gets better. Yeah, I was hoping that Salty, I was hoping that he would get better, that he was just making stupid mistakes, but he keeps on inviting this guy on, and you know what? And it also makes me angry about the people who actually like continuously watching. You're watching a guy who is basically inviting a man who is insulting the parents of this dead kid, because most likely this kid is dead. And it really pisses me off because I say to myself, you got hundreds of people or thousands of people watching these guys who don't care about the missing person community. They just care about destroying the missing person community and hurting other communities. And you got Tyler hanging out with Jim. You got them I think Doug's been backstabbed. I've heard like literally people getting mad. So I was right with my prediction that Doug would be backstabbed by Jim. But they'll probably be friends in the future, who knows?
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Karmic. I mean, I just don't understand. And that's the thing, too. They're not even a true crime community anymore. It's basically little drama within the true crime community.
Yeah.
It's getting a little bit much. It's taking away. And the theatrics of it all. It's just, but the thing is, though, it's like I said when we talked about Andrew Tate, it's like a sickness.
Yeah. And I'm not I just think people, I think like Salty, I'm not going to even like say anymore Salty shouldn't have Jim on because he's got to have Jim on anyway.
You can put anybody you want on your show, but why would you put somebody who said that about your kid?
Why would you put someone who doesn't know anything about the case, and why would you put someone that basically is malevolent to the people on the case and your friends? Like Salty was on the panel with Queen Bee. And he was cozy up with her. And the only thing he does is she just tries to cover the Queen Bee thing. And that pissed me off. Like, this guy is literally doxing. And he also did that to Good Egg. He actually put an image of Good Egg on his thing during the stream. And now he's trying to blackmail and attack Good Egg now. Fuck that. This person's a piece of shit. Salty, I'm not watching your channel. I would not even want to be on your fucking thing.
That's what I watch third-party channels.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I watch Missing Persons, I'm not watching stuff with Jim Terry. Okay, fuck Jim Terry.
I go right to Sleuth Mom.
Yeah. Watch anyone. But
I just don't.
But,
There's something in the water lately, because Blyle's really good with what's going on YouTube. I'm really good what's going on Facebook, and it's like people are drinking out of a tainted well.
Yeah,
Like,
and I just can't stand the relationship with Jim and Salty and Tyler. It just really sickens me to the point where I sit here. It's like you have a preacher here who's supposed to like help people and whatnot, a pastor, and he's condoning a guy who literally called Kylie's family. You know Kylie, the little girl.
Yeah.
Jim Terry called her a whore, and that the parents should be prosecuted. And this is the same guy you're going to invite on your panel about Kylie and about Dylan. Fuck that guy. How dare you call a girl who's dead a whore? You
wait,
fucking
is
piece of shit.
this the Kylie girl that was 16?
Yeah.
That was in the car.
He has a clip. Someone sent me a clip of it. He called her in her show a whore, and he would have the parents should be punished. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, really annoying.
I just can't anymore. It's just. I don't.
This is just a minor. This is just my minor rant. I'm just gonna say it towards the end. I didn't want to make a whole show about it, but I'm just tired of people supporting like this Jim Terry guy and letting him on his show and like being buddy with him. It's a reason why I don't go to a panel with Jim Terry, because one, I would not be able to stand this motherfucker. I would curse him out. I don't like people like that. You're saying that a little girl who was 16 years old was a whore, and that who died probably a very painful death because she drowned.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you're gonna go after the parents, and then you're gonna go after Dylan's mom constantly, and you're gonna go after fucking YouTubers who have helped people in this community, like Queen Bee, Good Egg, Sleuth Mom. Like, who the fuck is these people that support Jim Terry? Fuck Jim Terry. Fuck the people that support Jim Terry. And I would like people to stop watching Jim Terry and the people that stop watching. I think he's an asshole. And I usually ignore Jim Terry, to be honest with you. I don't watch his videos. I'm only directed to them once in a while when people tell me, well, he called Kylie a whore. I was like, holy shit. And this was before he was trying to pay a guy to eat butter.
Yeah, Candace, it's horrible. It's
I don't know.
It's on the Facebook.
Yeah, it's sickening. It is really sickening. And how could you fucking have, like, Tyler, how could you have a guy who called a person you covered on your show, a 16-year-old who died in a car, possibly drowned? We don't know if it's like, I don't know if it was someone murdered her or she just crashed in. We don't know that yet. But how can you invite a guy like that? How could Salty invite a guy who fucking is like literally attacking the victims of every case? You know, and by the way, it's again, another thing, Salty, it's getting stale with the only covering Dylan. You have to move on to other things. Just as a content creator recommending you. You know, 15 streams about Dylan rounds or 20, and also a fucking 25-minute preview where I have to listen to music. I didn't watch his stream. I jumped a little bit, but it was like, bro, fuck that. So yeah, that's my opinion. I want to make my opinion known on the airwaves. So just in case someone says, well, you know, I was on with Salty Pancakes on a panel. At that point, when I was on with him, we thought that it was just him learning the business and maybe him just changing and being taken advantage by Jim. But it's looking completely like they're working together and they're buddy. So fuck that.
And,
I don't fuck with people like that, to be honest with you.
And real quick, Candace, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter if she was a virgin or not. It doesn't matter. You know, this is a 16-year-old little girl. To me, that is a 16-year-old little girl, and she died the most horrible way. And the parents are dealing with it right now, and you know, calling her these names and stuff is just horrible. Like in them dragging the Dylan Rounds case so much, it's kind of like, it's just disrespectful.
Yeah. And just to answer Jasmine's question, we only do Mondays and Fridays because we like to do research. There's no subject. We don't just grab a bunch of clips and just watch it. We have to do research. So we have to look up people and know what the hell we're talking about. Because we're unlike most YouTubers, like Jim Terry or Tyler, who basically spent 20 fucking minutes staring at a photo thinking it was gun shells under a car and it got chipped by Jim Terry, or another YouTuber that stares at earlobes of a picture and tries to compare earlobes of two people. We actually do research, and we try not to defame fucking people like these people, because these people disgust me. You're not news reporters. You're defaming people.
Wait,
and
wait,
it's disgusting.
hold on, Candace. Wait, Candace, him and his brother have been going on me, but I haven't watched any. Wait, Candace, Howard.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
Wait.
Yeah, Candace Howard is the person that got scammed by Jim Terry.
That's Dylan's mom, or is that the other lady?
That was the other lady we watched
Okay.
the video of where he was being rude and cursed the shit out of.
I think I saw that TikTok. Oh, Candace, I'm sorry. This is the thing. When there's missing children involved, you would want to do everything in your means and beyond your means to try to find that child, meaning police, FBI, neighborhood watch, even a PI. And I just think it's sick that some people will prey on that notion that a parent is so desperate to find their child that they'll be like, yeah, I can find your kid. And just go, and they don't do that. They don't even go to the location.
Where are these YouTubers on Cody Bigsby? Where are these YouTubers on like any other case? They stick to these cases and they grab it. They go to Jim and they say, Jim, do you have any new stuff? Do you have a photo? We can stare out for 2 hours with our audience while they send our super chats and say how much they love us. Like, it's so fucking stupid. And it gets to the point where you're making a deal with the devil. And that's who Jim Terry is. And that's who, like, the Ryan Upchurch guy, he was trying to make another conspiracy, trying to say the woman that was running the press, conference was somehow related to the YouTube pedophile ring / and also, while we're on Upchurch, we're going to jump on Upchurch. Fucking the woman, Zena, Mel. The woman's a fucking vet. She was in the fucking... I didn't know this. I looked in her channel. She ran into Ukraine to save her relatives from being killed by the Russians. And then she's actually a vet in the military. So you have this piece of shit Ryan also defaming a vet. And all these people that say, I love the military, I love the fucking military. Yeah, you're defaming a vet. That's great. That's wonderful, guys. Fucking Ryan Upchurch. Unbelievable.
Okay, Candace Cooley. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I got it confused. I do apologize.
Yeah.
Mom. God bless. I don't get how trying to find a child, spreading the awareness, spreading the story. And when I say story, I don't mean about, oh, she said this, he said that. I mean what's actually published.
Yeah.
In the news, what the police have released and stuff, turns into I'm gonna put your face on my shirt and fuck you, I'm gonna dox you. How does it get to that? Like,
he does this because he wants to threaten people, and he doesn't realize that he just broke an intellectual property, that he can be sued for that because he's using it as for commercial use. And I forwarded the case law on that to Queen Bee. And I hope she sues him.
Does that. I 100% do, because I am so tired of the hate. I'm just so do you guys ever sit back in the community and just go, we're not doing anything?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's not the fact that we're not doing anything, it's that we're not making anything better. It's just drama. And and they're feeding off of it, and they just keep recycling it and reusing it and redoing it. We still can't find Dylan. We still can't find these kids. Kaylee, my God, she had a horrible death. And then we have somebody that is spreading shit. Like this is not helping anything. And then in the background, parents are mourning.
Yeah, and they don't care. These, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. They don't mind working with Jim Terry because he brings in the views. And the viewers have something to blame. If you're watching Jim Terry and you're tossing him money, bro, stop. Reevaluate your fucking life at this point. This man is a disgusting human being. Ryan Upchurch is fucked up. He defamed burden of proof. We talked about that earlier. You know what I mean? Like, these people are fucked up. And I'm tired of YouTubers just sitting around being cozy with them. Perplexed, I don't know why she's not suing Jim Terry. And I don't know why she's still friends with Tyler, to be honest with you. Honestly, if my friend...
I wouldn't fuck around. I wouldn't get close to Perplexed then. That's my opinion. It's only because I don't like flip-flopping. And real quick, Candace said real quick, I have something big coming soon. I hope so, because I'm waiting for karma. I don't wish anybody harm. Just want to be clear. I do not wish any ill will or anything like that, but I do wish karma comes. And I'm just, for the past couple months, I've been like, karma, Hurry the fuck up.
It gets me angry when I see someone who gets like, when I see 1,000+ people watching Jim Terry, and I sit there and I contemplate like, what is wrong with you people? Aren't you people supposed to be looking for missing people, like trying to help, spread awareness for missing people? Why are you watching a guy who literally spent 2 hours cursing at the mother of Dylan Rounds? Why did you spend hours of this guy doxing your favorite YouTubers who basically tried to cover this case and didn't sell out? Queen Bee did not sell out. She could have sold out, like some YouTubers, and invited him in and got a bunch of views and stuff, but she stood the ground and she didn't let that piece of shit on her panel, and now she's being attacked. And Salty Pancakes basically sits there, a guy who was invited on her panel, a guy that Queen Bee actually taught how to stream, and he doesn't fucking stand with her. Unfucking believable. What type of person backstabs a person who's your friend? That shit's fucked.
Real quick, Candace says on the Facebook chat, that's why y'all can't see Candace right now. She's in the Facebook universe right now. She says, karma is the law of the universe, and I believe it will hit soon. I agree with you 100%. I always trust in karma. I don't have to lift a finger. And she also says, he was just in a missing teens Facebook group. I warned them today. He said he don't take teens. It's so sick. What do you mean he doesn't take teens? Why the fuck was he helping with the Dylan Drown case then?
Well, because he's in publicity. And I'm just like, she says, I believe perplexed Laura, she takes it as an ad Formber channel. That's
for her channel, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but the thing is that this guy's attacking our 14-year-old kid, and I'm not shitting on Perplex QT. I talked to Perplex QT. I always thought that people pulling up clips from 4 years ago was kind of fucked. If she does something like in the future where she's doxing people, I'll call her out on it. If she's doing something where I think like, oh, she's doing fucked up things. But my point is that Tyler should be standing with Perplex QT. Tyler should say, fuck this guy JT, to Jim Terry, and let me stand with Perplex QT, who's been my friend for a little bit. That's my thought process. I don't know why Tyler does not do that. To me, that makes no sense.
Real quick, excuse me, Candace, you say he says no one 18 and under, but took Gloria Alvaro. See, that's the thing, too. If you're a PI, why wouldn't you want to use your... Like, if you were a real good PI... Okay, let me add that real quick. And you had the skill set, you had the money, you had the proper papers, you had the training as what he claims he went to school for. Why wouldn't you want to help kids? That would be probably my number one priority, is to help you find a 5-year-old. Or help you find a 15-year-old. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the number one, he's not supposed to. He keeps on bringing reciprocity. Number one, he's never got a surety bond in any of the states he went into. He's never actually got some sort of letter to a permission for these states. There's a couple of states you can actually get a permission, but you have to actually do a background check when you go there. He's never done anything to get a reciprocity ability there. Yeah. Okay, he just simply called up and did business. He broke every single rule of being a PI in multiple states. Okay, just to put that out there. You can even look that up.
Real quick too, Candace. Jasmine says, please say hello to Candace on Facebook chat. She says hello to you and she sends you a hug. And Candace says, because when the parents find out his background and he never was a PI, they assume he's a predator. Well, I get that, because that's creepy. I get that. But the thing is, though, I strongly believe, no matter what the laws say, this is what I believe. If you're a PI, I'm in Boston, and if there was a case in, say, Maine, okay, and there was a missing child in Maine, my fat ass would go on the T, go to Maine, talk to the parents, look around. I would, inform the police, hey, the parents hired me. Fill me in on what I don't know.
Yeah, but you're doing something wrong. You're not supposed to do that as a PI. You're supposed to get a license in the state you're doing the license.
That's what I mean. I would do everything legitly, but I also wouldn't just do it from my home.
But also another thing is, I saw that Perplex QT was thinking about doxing people, and I'm like, I don't think that's the right way to do it. And I thought to myself, I felt like very, very weird about. I have to look more into what she did, because unfortunately when she did it, I think in that stream she did a membership on it, and I'm not paying a membership. No offense, but I have enough memberships. So I have to look at the other streams, and honestly, I think that's such a terrible thing. I don't think it's right to dox people. No matter.
No,
if
I
you-
don't. I don't care. I don't care. Not unless you're actually doing harm to somebody and I actually see it. I will do
Yeah.
everything in my power to make sure authorities get to you.
Like if you wanna make a clips channel and make fun of like us, I don't fucking care. You really don't. All I ask is maybe like put a link to our video, maybe just to advertise us a little bit.
Go for
If
it.
you want to make fun of us, go for it. I mean, like if I make
yeah.
a stupid ass point, maybe I'll watch your video and be like, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe I was being a dumbass in that move, and then I would just be like, advertise our channel on your clip if you want to make fun of.
Everybody in the YouTube channel, Candace, are saying, hey, Grandma Sherry says hey too. And Candace also says, oh, please tell everyone hello and send my love. She sends her love, y'all. And she also goes, ooh, I would too. He's never been a PI. Well, see, that's the thing too. You can't do shit like that because you're inserting yourself into people's tragedies and you're there to try to make things a lot better, but you're not.
Yeah, and I didn't know, Carmack, that she showed the house and doxed him. Then I disavow that. That's fucked up.
Who did? Bintish.
Perplex QT.
Yeah, I don't. We don't. Yeah, us at the Horde, we call ourselves the Horde. Us as a collective, we do not condone doxing whatsoever. Not unless we actually see abuse happening upon a child, elderly, or a woman, or you know what I mean. Like, not unless we see abuse.
You don't think I know where Tyler lives? I know exactly where Tyler lives. I know exactly, but that's fucked up to dox people because you're fucking. That's fucked up. And I will never dox someone. Never.
Okay, real quick, Karmic says, tell Candace hi, and I'll figure out how to get over there at some point. She means on Facebook. Karmic says she'll try to figure out, and she says hi. Is Facebook group secure? We do it on a page. You can like and follow it, and that's basically it. Just make your profile private, hide your friends list, and if you're just there just to watch the Facebook part of it, totally fine. You can find us. You can find us anywhere under Zero to Manic, and it's Zero to Manic, Zero to Manic 3.0, and Zero to Manic Untamed. But we go live on the main page. I know it's confusing. We're trying to fix it. We go live on Zero to Manic on the Facebook, and then I do post and a little bit of Facebook drama on Zero to Manic 3.0.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't believe in doxing people. It's a very slippery slope, and also I think like the thing is you don't know who your fans are. Your fans could be psychos. You could have some fans that just really want to go after people and might go to their house and fuck with them, and that's the problem. Especially when you get more and more subs. I mean, like we don't have that problem because the people that watch us are not crazy. But you never know if you have like 100,000 people
I wouldn't
watching.
chance it. No.
Yeah. But it's crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. My thought process.
Candace says Candace says I have even shared it though, so don't comment anything you don't want him to see. Exactly, that's the thing too. I mean, but this is also the thing too. When you're a streamer, you have to be built with tough skin because you're going to get criticism. Either you're going to get good criticism or you're going to get bad criticism. Either you can learn from your bad criticism or you can just take it. You can just be like, okay, I get it. I mean, whatever. Or you can be like Jim Terry and totally degrade the person on baseless facts just so you can seem relevant and on top of things. I'm never going to do that. I expect you people, all of you, if we ever fuck up, to call us the fuck out. That's what I expect. I don't expect anything more or anything less.
And I just want to say one last thing. I think the problem with a lot of these YouTubers, they look for content, but they don't look for actually facts. Like, I could have easily came up here during the Andrew Tate thing and talked about, oh, he's sex trafficking women and all this stuff. No, we have no proof of that, and that's a baseless claim. He might have been arrested, he might have been accused of it, but he's still innocent until proven guilty. And just like I don't like the guy, I'm not going to lie and, like, defame a man just because I want to get more clicks and views. That's fucked up. You have to tell the truth because number one, you can get sued. Number two, it's the right thing to do. But anywho, that's pretty much it.
And thank you, Jasmine. Thank you all for the kind words too. I mean, but I mean what I said. If we ever there's been times Sleuth Mom has corrected us a couple times. Like, you know, I'd rather be called out on my shit so I don't do it again. I mean, that's the thing. When you're a streamer, you gotta have tough skin and you gotta take it on the chin. And when you fuck up, own up to it. And do better. It's not that hard. not that hard. I don't like making enemies, but I'm not gonna sit here and just watch people dox other people and stuff. Like it's how there has to be better laws for doxing. It has to be. It's I think it's a power tactic. The only way Jim Terry feels like he has power is he's like, hey Queen Bee, I know where you live. Does Queen Bee have kids?
Yeah, she does.
Oh, Queen Bee, I know where you live. I know where your kids at. I know where they go to. How fucked up is that?
Yeah, and I just don't like people letting him on to. And I didn't like how Salty Pancakes, what he did to Good Egg, and I didn't like what he did to Queen Bee. It pissed me off. I believe in loyalty. If people are loyal to you, you should be loyal to them, and it's fucked to do that. And you know what? I don't fuck with people who aren't loyal. I mean, I don't care about YouTube numbers. The most important thing in life is loyalty and relationships you build. Fuck the money. Fuck the YouTube subs. Now my grifter side. No, I'm joking.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let's
but
just
only
go.
if he worked as hard as his kid, right, Candace. But yeah, we don't care about the numbers. We love each and every one of you. Don't get us wrong, but we do not see you as a number. That's the difference. I do not see our supporters as a number. I don't even like to call y'all fans because I think that's a little degrading. You are my friends, and that's it. I don't see you as a number. Belial doesn't see you as a number. None of us see you as a number. We just appreciate, that you guys watch us. That's cool. That's money. That's better than money, no? To listen to both of us rant and to give our opinions. Like, I love that. This isn't a job. This is for fun. This is for fun. But we mean what we say. Like, we hope that we have, made people feel better. We hope that we motivate you a little bit and to stay away from people like Andrew Tate and, Jim Terry. But other than that,
or Ryan Church, Upchurch. That guy's fucking crazy.
Oh, that guy, he crazy. But I do like the other guy, Cinema Shogun, or what's his name?
Yeah, he covers celebrity stuff. He covers
he's good though. I like him. Shout out to him as well. YouTube friend. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. And but we gotta go. We went over our time tonight. We did a solid 3 hours. Thank y'all for watching the show tonight. And I hope you guys, like the conversation we had. It's Friday night, so that means it's a good weekend. So y'all just keep safe out there, all right?
Well, we'll be on Monday, 7 o'clock, same time as usual. We'll probably think of something. I don't know. Well, the world is a very interesting place. There might be another video idea, but we'll figure it out.
A lot can happen.